Okay, welcome everyone to Suckups Suck Saturday. Yes, you're watching Shooting the Shit. You're watching Mega Life 21 Live, and Fart Doctor is here. The bone saw is ready. Now, remember Doc Holliday? He was a dentist from the OK Corral. What do you call the Tombstone, Arizona? And he, I think the anesthesia back then was a bottle of whiskey.
Yeah, it was. I'll be a Huckleberry.
It was a bottle of whiskey, and that was and there was no cosmetic dentistry back then. It was just tooth yanking of the tooth.
And maybe sewing up the gums. Yeah.
Yeah, there was no cosmetic dentistry. There was no root canal or crown.
No, that was the cosmetic surgery. Pulling out the tooth and sewing up the gums.
Yeah, he's been dead for a while. Yeah,
Yeah.
Randy Poffo, the son of wrestling great Angelo Poffo, and the brother of Lanny Poffo. Yeah, he's been dead for a while. Isaac Yank, remember him, the wrestler? He became
No, not really. I mean, I hate to say it. When I started watching wrestling, I started watching around what was it? WrestleMania 3.
really.
Yeah, that's when I started watching wrestling. And I don't know what it was, but my parents had uh, cable at the time, and I think it was on for us Showtime, and it was at the Pontiac Silverdome, and that was when, if I
Oh,
remember right,
WrestleMania 1, right?
I don't know
Um,
about 1, but 3 was when Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant ended up having a bout, and that's when Hulk Hogan picked him up and slammed him. But
well, let me tell you something about that slam. And actually, Fart Doctor is correct. Isaac Yankum DDS became Kane. That is very true. And let me just notify someone. Hold on. And I'm live. Uh, okay. From my channel, not to be confused with other people's channel. From my Chanel. From my channel. And then, okay. All right. So, yeah, when Hogan supposedly body slammed Andre, you see, Andre and Vince, I don't know how many wrestlers in the locker room knew, but Andre and the company knew how sick he was. And Andre decided to pass the torch because he knew that time was ticking away. And
yeah,
he passed the torch to Hogan because normally, if he wasn't sick, Andre, as proud as he was, would not have passed the torch to anybody. And when Hogan did that slam, it was like a half slam. It was like a slam to the side, sort of. It wasn't like up and over.
Oh,
Yeah, like he wasn't going up over his shoulder and coming down like vertically. It
yeah.
was size some and Andre was billed at a little over 500 pounds, but that wasn't the true case. He he was 600 pounds.
I was about to say, was he more?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was more. In 88,000 people, yeah, that's it. Pontiac Silverdome. All right.
Yeah, Pontiac Silverdome. Yeah.
In Cleveland, the real Cleveland baseball team, as far as I'm concerned. Not,
Yeah.
not, not
You
this
know,
castrated capons, whatever you call them, the Guardians.
every time baseball season starts, you know what's the one movie I always end up watching?
Pride of the Yankees.
No,
That
Major
was
League.
uh,
Yeah, with Charlie Sheen, the first one,
oh,
with the Cleveland Indians. And oh my God, I got to get that boy on DVD.
yeah, that's
I
before
had that,
Yeah,
huh?
that's before Charlie Sheen started declining in his personal life, right?
Yeah, with the tiger blood and whatnot. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was like, back then, it was like, the first time I remember watching Charlie Sheen in a movie was Red Dawn. And that was an awesome movie. And then I seen him in Ferris Bueller's Day Off. He had like a brief scene. If you like sneezed, coughed, and then had to like look at your girl for some reason, you would have missed him. He was sitting there in the police station with Ferris Bueller's sister. And yeah, it was like, I enjoyed Charlie Sheen in the early days. And, when he was on Two and a Half Men, one thing I never really watched Two and a Half Men, but the one thing I liked about it was them shirts he wore. They were like the bowling shirts. And it's like I always thought them shirts always looked good. And if I was able to get a bunch of them shirts, I'd wear them shirts all day long.
Oh yeah. I
So
mean, oh yeah. I communicated with him on Facebook Messenger, and he um, at the time he didn't evacuate yet. So I told him. He told me there's like it's sunny and there's a very little breeze, and he said it's the calm before the storm. I says, yeah, it's a big calm before the big storm. That's what's going to happen. And I told him, before you leave with your pickup, think hard. What should you really bring with you of value? I don't mean take every bottle of liquor you have in the house. I mean take things of monetary value, everything of real value, take with you, and also bring a laptop and a beer from your state and an Oktoberfest beer. God forbid something happens, you're in a hotel and you can go live.
yeah,
You're gonna get really bored staying in a hotel because the power's out in southeastern Louisiana. Not gonna
now
work.
if he wants to change it up, man,
Really
he can
not gonna
bring a
work.
tent and go camping. But I mean, that's up to him though.
Nah, you know how hot and humid it is down there. You don't want to. You don't want to.
It's about as hot and humid as it is up here for me. I
Well,
mean, I did my beer show earlier today, and I was this close of doing my beer show inside because it was so hot and humid. You know how often it gets hot and humid up here in Michigan?
well,
Not often.
we got humidity here. The East Coast is humid. I got the air conditioner running nonstop all season. I got it
Yeah,
running.
that's true.
Got it running, and the Mariners. Well, when the cream rises to the top, there has to be a lot of sediment on the bottom. Not
True.
everybody could rise to the occasion, and it happens. Uh, uh, the eye of the storm. I hope he leaves in a timely fashion. I hope he doesn't
Yeah.
like stick around saying, the weather people are often wrong. Let me just stick around a little longer. No, no. Get on the road just in case there's bumper to bumper traffic of people leaving, evacuation, but make sure you have a list of things that you really need to take out of the house. And I hope he did that.
Yeah.
I hope
But then again, I mean, I'm just thinking out loud. So don't get me the wrong way. Ron, I love Ron. I mean, I don't mean to speak for him, but I know he
no.
owes his job down there, and that kind of depends on what work's doing too. So, I mean, if they're closing up shop and he's able to leave, hey, more power to him. Hey, get out of Dodge. So,
Well, he's got one of three choices. He either goes north and stays with his father, who invited him to come up. I mean, it's his father. I mean, of course
yeah,
he's got to save his son. I mean, number two, he had another idea of going east to the Florida Panhandle, staying in a hotel, and hanging out in I guess what is it, Pensacola and that whole region. Number two,
yeah.
number three, he could drive up to Michigan to buy Mr. BC Beer Review, who I forgot to introduce myself and BC Beer Review, but then again, they can read our names, so they know who we are.
Yeah, and honestly, I've got two open bedrooms right now. So, hey, I'm renting a house, and
Wow.
if he wants to come up here and stay in the room, hey, it's just me and my dog. If
Got two open bedrooms. You could have like a wild sex orgy up there in your house.
I wanted to, I could. I could. I really could.
Okay, I want to tell everybody what I'm drinking now. I don't want people to think we're like a bunch of booze hounds or anything like that, but I'm drinking. I got it. I might as well finish it up, right? I got
Yeah.
the New England IPA made in Massachusetts in a double. Well, they say double. It's 7.8% alcohol by volume, so just barely made it. Uh, excuse me, Lord. Hold on. Let me give
Oh, you
myself.
got the boom sauce?
Yeah, what I brought on Wednesday. Lord
Yeah.
Hobo Boom Sauce, and there it is, 7.8 alcohol by volume, and I gave it a good score. What the hell did I give it? Whatever it wasn't 100. But
Yeah.
the reason why I didn't go higher, but I was being generous. The reason why I didn't go higher is because I like the real hazy, pulpy, fruit smoothie looking New England IPAs, like the ones that look like a damn mango smoothie. Okay, let me
Yeah.
catch up here, Jason. Could leave alone. He could drive up to my house in Seattle. That's even
Yeah.
farther. That's even farther than
Yeah.
when he
To go
came up
that far. Yeah.
when he came up to New Jersey by me. That's even farther. Hey, Daryl Messias, welcome, welcome, sir, from California. Cheers to you, Daryl Messias. Cheers. Even though I make fun of people who say cheers all the time. Cheers anyway. Daryl, are you familiar? I think I asked when I was at the sushi restaurant. Uh, I think is it are you familiar with North Point Gonzalez supermarket chain? I went to the one in San Diego and it impressed me very much. I ate really good there. I mean, it was huge hot food section. It's a chain of Latino supermarkets. And why? You don't like it? It's a funny place? Nah, come on. It's a great supermarket. You don't like it? I think they're in Los Angeles also. I'm not sure. Are you in Southern California, Daryl? San Diego. I was dating somebody that lived in Chula Vista, which I think is between San Diego and the border. Oh, you're all. Oh, I'm sorry. You're up yonder. You near San Francisco, or you're near one of those Sasquatchy areas where the Italian Sasquatch lives. These Sasquatchies. Sasquatchy. Anyway, you know what's funny about all these cryptid creatures? They got people out there going through the forests looking for telltale signs and bringing their cameras and setting traps and putting up hidden cameras and such. Okay, but with all the high-tech equipment, now they decide to use drones. Now they decide to smarten up. Okay, using drones, you might get some really good photos of them hiding behind a tree. The only way they're going to prove the existence of these creatures to science is if somebody shoots them with a high-power rifle and produces the body. I hate to say
it. Yeah.
Or put all the high tech aside for one moment. Put the drones aside and the cameras, and the infrared cameras and all that. Why don't you just get a pack of old-fashioned hound dogs for hunting, and get some of that stench that the Sasquatchy gives off. Get some of that nauseating stench, and let the dogs sniff it and track them down with dogs. They use it for like mountain lion, for cougars and such,
or prisoners or what have you.
Yeah,
but the
bloodhounds are fantastic for tracking by way of scent.
Yeah.
Use a hound dog. Ain't nothing but a hound dog crying.
But the thing is okay, let's try to look at this from a, say, hunter's perspective. Okay. Now, let's say, James, you want to go hunt deer. Okay.
Right.
Now, you've got several options that you could do to have a perfect hunt when you go hunting, say, in the fall.
Right.
Okay. Now, one option is to have salt, like a lick salt. And you set it in one spot, the deer comes in, starts licking it, goes away, does its thing, and later come back, licks the salt again, and it's routine of habit. They come back. Or you've got what they do is they have vegetables, like say apples, corn, bananas, this sort of thing. And you leave this in a pile, kind of like the way you would leave a lick salt in one spot. Deer will come in, eat all these vegetables, and they'll be prone to come back. Now, you might have to do this a month, 2 or 3 months before you got to start hunting, so that the deer can come back for that one spot.
Okay, and white-tailed deer love apples. I know that.
Yeah, okay. But the point I'm getting at is what, and this is, I don't know the answer to this, and I'm asking a serious question. If Sasquatch is a real thing, what do you put out for him to come to? Do you leave Limburger cheese? I don't know. Do you leave lick salt? I don't know.
They're very carnivorous. They love meat.
Okay, so do you leave out sausage? You leave out New York strip steak? Who knows? I don't know.
Leave out cheap cuts of meat. Leave out deer. Cut the deer in half, and leave open or wild hog. All the wild boar that are running around now in southern United States. They got plenty of carcasses to cut open and just leave out for bait. Now in New York in New Jersey, you cannot bait deer. But if you live in an area where there's a lot of deer, you can have apple trees, and you could, nothing's going to stop you from throwing cut apples on your property. You can do that, but you can't like go into areas, public areas that's heavily forested and use apples. Like there's also a bait for what do you call it? Wild turkey, which I never had before. I would love to have smoked wild turkey someday, but there are things that turkey like, but it depends on the laws of the state. Now, getting back to Sasquatch, from all the many shows they've had about them, it seems like they're carnivores. They like the ketogenic Atkins diet. They like meat, low carbs, and a lot of protein. So you leave out some carcasses.
Okay, so bread is out, meat is in, maybe some vegetables, and that's it.
Right. And you set up your hidden cameras, both infrared and cameras for the daytime, regular, high megapixel digital cameras for the daytime. You set them up, and you have somebody monitor the cameras periodically with a phone. Now you have an app or a program that you download on your phone where you can check. You could be somewhere else and you can check the hidden cameras at your home, and you could actually get the real-time view of what's going on in your house, whether you have a nanny taking care of your child or whether you have nobody there. You can check.
Or one of them, what is that? Them door cams, the ring thing. You know what I'm talking about? Like if you get a UPS guy that drops off a package, you get that ring seeing that the UPS guy dropped off a package on your front porch. One of them things. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I tell everybody to leave my packages in the mailroom because I don't want my packages put on the front porch where someone with itchy fingers can come by and steal my parcels. I want them out of sight, out of mind. Put them in the mailroom. And the worst culprits has to be FedEx. UPS is more conscientious than FedEx. Those pricks. You know how many times I had to make phone calls because they were leaving my packages outside? Anyway, I don't want to digress. You can check your hidden cameras using the app on your phone. So with the Sasquatch, you just simply check the cameras, make sure the batteries in the cameras are completely full, and make sure they're really good hidden cameras that don't look like hidden cameras. Because Sasquatches are not stupid. They're very intelligent. So, you got the carcass out there, you got the hog, the wild hog split open, or the deer, whatever. Let's say wild hog because there's so many of them. You got them laying out, and you check the cameras every once in a while. You got daytime and nighttime. You have one guy checking in the daytime, you have somebody else checking at night. And if you want. Now, if the Sasquatches are really slick, you can maybe you can catch them tearing the camera off the tree. So this is what you got to do. But use the hound dogs, crying all the time. Use the hound dogs to chase those bastards. I mean, come on. How long is it going to? I mean, with the NASA, the U.S. Air Force and NASA already admits that UFOs exist. So they've already established that. And I still believe the man who used to work in Area 51 saying that there was reverse engineering of extraterrestrial space crashes, extraterrestrial crashes. There were reverse engineering going on. Okay, that is already established. But this Sasquatch thing is going on way too long. Now, as far as the different bodies of water that have like Loch Ness type monsters in it, and it's not just Scotland that has it. It seems like a prehistoric creature, like a plesiosaur. Maybe there is a time portal in which they enter our time and then leave, because they mysteriously seem to come and go, and so does the Sasquatch. So,
You know, by that rationale, who knows? I live in Michigan. I'm surrounded by water. You know how many? Oh, hey, what's going on?
Masumi, welcome from Tokyo, Japan. Masumi's here. Welcome.
How's that go? Anishiwa. I think that's hello. Anishiwa.
Yeah, welcome there. Wild hogs are extremely dangerous and vicious. Yes, they are. They have very sharp tusks, and
Especially the ones in the wild down south. Yep.
If you pop them, you better be a really good shot the first time, because
Yeah, because you ain't gonna get a second one.
well, they sell these Cold Steel. The company Cold Steel. They sell these long bore spears.
Yeah, I've heard of that company. Yeah,
and because you're gonna need it if they're charging you. And I can get into a pig roast with one of those wild boar. That must taste really good.
you know,
Blue Book, yes.
it takes all day. What does it say?
Yes, sir. And it wasn't a weather balloon, and a lot of people know it was not a weather balloon, even though the Air Force threatened people to keep their mouth shut and forced the media to change the original report about the extraterrestrial crash. They changed it to a weather balloon and forced the man who confiscated the crash material to lie, forced him to lie. They filmed the movie Harry and Henderson a few blocks from the house. I grew up as a kid.
Yeah, with who's that? Not John Voight, but God, what was his name? Not John Lovitz, but man, what was his name? He played in Third Rock from the Sun.
The man, love it, right? Was that?
The old man.
Yeah, the blonde was cute. At least I thought she was.
Yeah, she was cute, but who was that? What was his name? He played in The World According to Garth, and Henry and the Hendersons.
You know, Newman was on. Fat Newman was on Third Rock from the Sun. She's the boyfriend.
Oh yeah, Newman from Seinfeld. Yeah.
I don't know why they hooked her up with him, for God's sake. They lived in the attic. That's right. They were aliens. They lived in the attic. Hold on, brother. Oh, Sasquatch and Bigfoot. They're all the same cryptid creature species, except they have like different color hair, like Yetis. Everybody thinks a Yeti is like a polar bear. It has white hair, but they're usually very dark. And in the Americas, some species of Sasquatch have red hair, and others have black or brown hair, but they're pretty much the same, except Yeti are more aggressive. Yeti are more dangerous, where Bigfoot and Sasquatch, they just want to be left alone, and they avoid contact with humans. But Yeti are dangerous. They're in Siberia. They're, not just the Himalayas. Okay. Bob Lazar, he worked that area. That's him. I was watching one of my favorite shows, Ancient Aliens, on the History Channel, and they did the Bob Lazar story. I'm glad you brought it up there, Mr. Jason Cleveland. Hey, you doing? Hey, you doing? Hey. Okay. John Lithgow. Here we go. He's got
Yeah, John Lithgow. Yeah, him. Yes.
John Lithgow. Hey, you doing? Hey, hey. Yeah, John Lithgow. That's the actor. Yeah. Well, I don't know. You know, the word legend is too commonly used nowadays. How can everybody be a legend? Everybody who's a celebrity is called a legend. Like in wrestling, this one's a legend. That one's a legend. Even Bruno Sammartino says what is a legend? I never knew. You know, people call me the living legend. What exactly is a legend? I'm just, Bruno from Abruzzi, Italy. What? Why they call me a legend? And everybody should not be in the Hall of Fame, because to be in a Hall of Fame, you have to accomplish something big.
Yeah.
You can't be a celebrity. You
can't. While we're talking about the Hall of Fame, why is it that there's so many people in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame that doesn't rock and roll? You got people that are in disco, you got people in jazz and whatnot in there. And
so why are they in the
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Yeah.
Why? Because they're trying to make everybody happy. Oh, because they don't want to leave anybody out.
Have a Jazz Hall of Fame. Have a disco Hall of Fame. So on and so forth. Come on.
They don't want. They don't want to.
You can hear me?
Paul Anthony Mantia, clothing designer extraordinaire, clothing manufacturer extraordinaire, songwriter extraordinaire, a musician, guitarist, rock and roll guitarist extraordinaire.
So a man of several trades. What's up?
Yeah. What's up, man? How you doing, man?
That's
I'm all right.
From Michigan, BC, from Michigan. We're talking about all kinds of stuff. Bob Lazar, Area 51.
Basically anything that comes to mind.
Sasquatch. Yeah, we're just talking about every damn thing.
And can you guys excuse me for 1 second? I got to grab something. I will be right back.
Okay.
All right. I'm right back. I just got to go to the next room.
Okay.
Got to grab my weed pipe, man.
Now the Yeti. Oh yeah, don't forget your pipe. I want to show everybody medicinal pipe.
All right. I'm gonna shut off this top light real quick.
All right. Now, yes, legends.
All right. Now we're good.
They're afraid to hurt
in the spotlight now.
They want to include.
Put the headphones on.
You're in a Hall of Fame. You should have accomplished something big. You don't put every Tom, Dick, and Harry into a Hall of Fame.
Exactly. I mean, it's like the Baseball Hall of Fame. Are you going to put football players in there? No. Come on. They call it a Baseball Hall of Fame for a reason. You ain't putting football players in there. You ain't putting golf players in there. You ain't putting tennis players in there.
So why put disco people in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? You're right. Why put disco people? You're right. Ernie Roth, the Grand Wizard of Wrestling. Ernie Roth, may he rest in peace. That's right. Oh, he did go to Harvard. John Lithgow, the actor.
Really?
That's actually a jaw harp, but I'll play it though. Now, Paul Anthony Mantia, what is your take on all these organizations just like putting everyone willy-nilly into all these Hall of Fames when they haven't even accomplished?
Well, it's all about the money, man. It's about money.
Yeah,
who pays they pay their way in, people just pay their way in. I'm not too familiar about all that stuff with the Hall of Fame shit, I know a couple of major NBA players, NFL, and they're not in the Hall of Fame,
Well, name some of the rock people that you have worked with to get them familiar with the real Paul Mantia.
I work with Billy Preston, who was the fifth Beatle.
The drummer. Okay.
No, the keyboardist, Billy Preston. He wrote this. He actually wrote the song "You Are So Beautiful" for Joe Cocker. Billy Preston
Oh,
was gay.
really?
Yeah, yeah, Billy.
Wow,
He passed away.
okay.
Yeah, he passed in 2006, and then after him, I went on tour with Buzzy Linhart, who wrote "You Gotta Have Friends" for Bette Midler. I toured with him for a while. From him, I met George Clinton and Bootsy Collins. So I started, hanging out with those guys, and then we were opening up for them. And I did the I forget what year it was, man. Don't quote me, but it was in the '90s, and I did Return of the Mothership. I filled in for a guitarist that couldn't make it, and I happened to be at the show. It was in Central Park, so I got lucky, man, and boom. Hey, we need a guitar player. Can you, he can read, man. He's Billy Preston's old guitar player, and so that's it. My career was on the roll, man. You know what I mean? I did like almost 30 years on tour.
Wow.
I work now I work with fucking everybody,
I
Everybody.
gotta admit, my favorite song from George Clinton is "Atomic Dog."
Oh yeah, he's atomic. You don't mind if I smoke my pipe now?
Smoke the peace
I got
pipe.
the hat on. We got the hat on now. We got
Peace pipe.
Well, I'm smoking my cigarettes, so the next logical step is for you to do what you do. So wait.
Hey, it's legal. It's legal. It's finally fucking legal, man. They're selling it in the stores
Yeah,
now.
same here in Michigan. Yeah, it's legal here too.
Let's see the beauty of that pipe. Let me see a close up of that pipe after you take a sip. Let's see the work of art.
This is one pipe. Yeah, hold on. I'll be right back. I'm gonna show you some. Hold on a minute. I'll show you some pipes.
We're gonna have We're gonna have a pow wow. Remember that disco song, Smoke the Peace Pipe? Smoke the Peace Pipe. Yes, Pete Rose, of all people, in the WWE Hall of Fame.
Yes.
That is totally ridiculous.
Yeah, but that's what happens when he shows up for a wrestling match.
We want
I mean,
gotta
if I would have showed up at a WWE event 20 years ago, I would have been in the Hall of Fame now.
All right. Well, I can't find the others, but I just got a.
Now, Paul is going to show you a little bit later examples of his work. Oh, wait a minute. Whoa, let me get a solo.
So this one's a little different, and this one actually has two pipes in one. So, and I saw it. I said, "Oh shit! I ain't never seen anything like that." So I said, "How much smoke can you actually contain out of this here?" But I've been smoking weed for, I don't know, God, fucking 30 years, man, 35 years. And I smoked with Cheech and Chong on their bus, man. I've done some shit out there. So, but you see this one here, it's a double pipe. So, I mean, it's just a pipe, man. It's made out of glass. It cost them probably $3 to make this. They sell them for 15 to 25 for these, They're not bad. So, I got two nice ones. This one I like. This is my best one here. And then, I got the little tiny one. If I want to go outside and walk around, I bring this little baby with me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like a one hitter. Yeah.
I kind of love it now because, the cops, man, even when it wasn't legal, I was walking around with this smoking everywhere, and they never bothered me, man, because I just don't cause problems out there. I'm just mind my own business. But I kind of love the fact that the cops that don't like it, and the cops that sit there and they want to penalize you over a drug that's actually grown out of the ground. It's not man-made. But then on the other hand, here you have this is the shit that gets me about this world, okay? And the crookedness that these fucking idiots, the laws they make. I could be standing there smoking a joint, not bothering anybody, okay? Because weed makes you happy. It doesn't make you want to go kill somebody, okay? Unless you're a dealer. That's a different story, I guess. So, I'm smoking this, but this guy over here, he's over there, got a needle stuck in his arm. This guy's smoking meth, This one's over here arguing, but I'm smoking weed. So who do you think the cop's going to bother?
The one smoking weed.
Exactly. And those are the things I've encountered in my life and watching other people go through bullshit, you know what I mean? And making arrest over a fucking joint, get the fuck out of here. They lock you up for, what, 5 years? They locked my friend up for having a fucking an eighth of weed in a bag, okay? He got more time than a fucking murderer gets. 10 years. He served 7 years in there for a fucking joint. Enough to roll a joint.
Yeah. They kind of go on what you're talking about. I don't know if you guys watch the news here in Michigan or whatnot, but he had a guy called
news, yeah.
And he was an informant as a teenager, okay? And as far as I can tell, you okay?
My phone. Yeah, my phone fell.
Okay.
The fucking thing is.
Yeah,
I bought this thing for this guy on the street here, and I don't know.
I'll tell you one thing, your video.
It's good now.
Your video's nice and clear, Paul. I will say that.
Yeah, I did a lot of work on setting. The lighting is very important. So especially when I got my camera,
Yeah.
And I got a fucking another lens, a lens this big, man. It's a 500 mil
telescope lens.
Oh, I got it. Yeah, and I do nice shots with that, but this is just my lens, my 50 this is a 50 millimeter, 1.8. So
yeah, but the point I was getting at is white boy Rick. He helped the feds bring down a lot of like crack houses and whatnot here in Michigan, right? And he was a teenager at the time. And this guy ended up getting 30 plus years in prison, 30 years in Michigan, and 2 in Florida. And they robbed him of his life. And it was like, I don't get it. I mean, if you're an informant, you're supposed to be cut some slack. I'm not saying, whatever your viewpoint is on informants or whatever, okay, fine. I'm not going to argue that. I'm just stating whatever. And, it's like, I don't get it, man. It's just one of them things.
Right. Oh, cops. And, I know good cops and I know bad,
Yeah, true. And I'm kind of, I don't know what your viewpoints are there, brother man. But as far as weed goes, I've got no problem with it. But when you start getting into the heavier stuff, like say meth and whatever,
right.
Okay, fine.
Right.
There has to be a line drawn, man, somewhere. So,
right.
Hey, I know I've done my time smoking a little weed. I've got no problem with it. I'm not going to complain. And, I'm not going to try to preach about it, but hey, that's just me though. So
yeah, I don't drink. Back when I was on tour with this is after the Billy Preston thing, the Bootsy Collins thing. I was touring with the rock bands at that point on my own tour, opening up for big bands. I've worked with Breaking Benjamin. Right now I'm signed under contract with Chad Ziegler, who is like one of the top drummers in the world right now. And I'm on the contract with him. We're writing an album together, And we have a choice. We have a choice of fucking labels. But I'm not even I'm not even thinking about the record labels anymore at this point. I got to have my shot to go on tour. Yeah, look, I'm 48 years old. I'm healthy as hell. I've never taken a flu shot. I don't even take antibiotics, okay? Unless I have something going on with my mouth or tooth, I'm saying something like that.
Yeah.
But
or unless you come down with something in general, yeah.
And then the doctors ask me, you smoke cigarettes, you smoke weed, but how is your respiratory 100%? My respiratory is 100%. That's like, perfect, man. And they don't understand that, that I smoke cigarettes, and because I do certain things to take care of my health, I do use a lot of spicy food so I don't get sick, because it sweats the toxins out, okay? And it's a fact. Because when I get sick, I eat hot sauce. I'll eat fucking like the hottest peppers, Scorpio peppers from you know, the California scorpion, I'll eat that and I'll sweat the cold out immediately, you
Oh,
know.
that's the
And in 2
Trinidad.
days, I'm better if I,
From
you know, if I do
Trinidad.
get sick.
Yeah, the scorpion chilies from Trinidad, but it's the second hottest
And
pepper in the world.
yeah, you're breaking up. Am I breaking up to you?
No, you're fine.
No, the scorpion chili from Trinidad is the second hottest pepper in the world. Second.
Yeah, it sounds like you sound like a robot right now.
Carolina Reaper is the hottest. Yeah, well, the internet.
I don't.
Oops. No, I'm losing Paul. It might be his. It might be.
Yeah, because you sound good to me. He sounded good.
I heard him perfectly. Perfect. His audio and his video was ideal, but yeah, you see, it's his Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
He'll be back. He'll be back, and he's back.
All right.
You all right?
Yeah, here he is. See,
sometimes the internet. Yeah, you know, my Metro PCS, it sucks. The internet sucks, and I can't get nothing else. I've tried to call everybody, James. Okay, I've complained. I've made complaints. The landlord refuses to have anybody other than Optimum in here.
I got news for him.
And ain't nobody doing shit.
I got news for that.
They're not doing shit about it. They don't give.
At his Civic. Washington, the federal government said that apartment buildings in the United States are supposed to accommodate all competitive internet and cable providers. I don't care what he says, this motherfucker. He's breaking
I tried.
law. He's breaking federal
And
law.
he's costing me a lot of money. He's costing me a fortune because I can't get online stream live because of it.
Yeah.
You
because the building is built.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bad tonight, man. My service is rotten right now. I don't know why.
You realize
It's not
how
working. Everybody's froze up.
and you realize how you're being held back because you have to keep this fucking Metro PCS crap.
Yeah, I can't hear you nothing, James.
Hello, you hear me? No.
Everything's froze up on the screen, and except for myself.
Oh, I hear you though.
Oh.
I hear you. You can go out and come back. See what happens.
I don't know what it is, man.
All right, let me try something. Let's see if this works. All right, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna come back.
I don't think it's you.
Ah.
I don't think
Yeah, but we've got 3 people here. I've been on Mr. Terrio's show, and I've been on there, and everything froze up on me, and I was using the Wi-Fi here at the house, and I use what you're saying, the Metro PCS thing, like when I'm at work or something where I'm not at the house because I don't feel comfortable with the unsecure Wi-Fi of wherever I'm at. So let me try something real quick.
Because I hear.
I hear you perfect now.
I hear the both of yous all night perfectly. I heard you every word you said, Paul. Before
I think it's his internet then, because he's breaking up when he talks.
The moon landing was staged. Now that's a really good question because the way the flag was, when the flag was put into the moon, it was like the flag was sticking out rigid. It was rigid like this, right? The American flag. It wasn't, it wasn't like floating, like that. It was like this, like the stiff as a board. You know what? I can't say either way. I can't. I have to keep an open mind about it, Jason.
Now, is Jason's one of the guests on the show, or?
Nah, he's a spectator. He's
okay.
He's contributing his commentary. A guest would be somebody that comes on video by way of
right. Okay, so I got you.
Yeah. Now, whenever you want, there's no hurry, but show the people some of your your
Oh
product,
yeah.
some of your
Yeah,
beautiful
sure.
clothes that you made.
Yeah, I can do that. I got stuff right here, you know, and
That you designed. Yeah, I heard everybody with no problem tonight, Jason. Everybody. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, well, I put the link at the beginning on YouTube for those, that feel like coming on. There's no lacking of topics and material these days. Believe me, we talk.
well, look, you know, why don't you look at what's going on real quick? Let's be like the weatherman. Look what's going on in fucking Louisiana right now. Them people are going to get sweltered.
Category 4.
They're gonna get to 125 mile. I already dealt with 80-mile-an-hour winds, so I know what that shit is. And I'll tell you what, the wind they're gonna get over there, forget about it, man. It's gonna flatten them. I watched a documentary earlier, and the guy's talking about the way the water is gonna be up to 9 feet high. 9 feet. You know what kind of pressure coming at you when you're in 9 feet of water coming out of the ocean, people look at it and go, I could survive that, man. I could walk through that water. Yeah. When it's coming, you fucking running, man, because that shit, it hits you and you're done. You're done. Fucking cars, man, Mack trucks, everything. Houses get washed away and people just take it as a fucking joke, man. And, I kind of took it as a joke when I was in Florida and I went through Charlie. That was the worst fucking storm in my first storm. It took 2 of my houses. I watched people's cars getting flung from one block to the next, and here I am, crazy, in my 20s, man, off tour. Yo, check this shit out on fucking camera because we couldn't go live back then. I have my movie cameras out and filming shit, man, and the cops come over and say, listen, son, I'm not being mean, but you don't know. The eye of the storm is about to sit in. He's like, go inside and go home. I didn't listen, man. I didn't listen.
Home, if there is safety in the home, you should have been in the shelter.
Well, what I did was, listen, I'm going to tell you what I did. My family and everybody I know lived out in Florida for a long time. So they said, your best place in the house, the bathroom with a mattress. Get a mattress and put the mattress over you and whoever. So I got the big giant mattress, right? Okay. And I got a box spring and a mattress. I put the mattress on top and the box spring on top of that. Okay. And honestly, the whole house was gone. The roof was gone. The bathroom was the only fucking thing in the bedrooms was still there.
So
out in my driveway,
right.
There was a tree. We had a giant tree, man. It literally ripped out of the fucking ground, man. The ground was gone. And I just looked at it and I said, wow, I never, I always went and said, Mother Nature, until I saw it with my own fucking eyes, man. So I had a beautiful recording studio. That was good.
So
gone. All the equipment. God.
So you probably crawled into the bathtub and put the mattress on top of you. And as you huddled into the.
Well, it was me, my ex, Leslie, the dog, the cat, and and my manager's son, because he stayed with us, a young kid. Yeah, my manager was Kevin. What was his last name? I think Kevin something Sullivan. He was actually the executive director of Star Search. Remember that show, Star Search? Yeah, Kevin was he was the executive director of Star Search, and he was my manager at the time. This is while I'm off tour. So his son, he had to go handle business, and he said, listen, my son has to stay here with you. I said, okay. We didn't know there was a storm coming. 2 weeks later, we got a storm coming. He was under the mattress with us. But everything was gone, man. The car was gone. The fucking neighbor's car was sitting in a fucking tree, bro, like, upside like this. I'm telling you, man, I will never again underestimate Mother Nature. Nor will I ever underestimate this fucking sick government that we live with, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say it. I don't care how many people love Biden, but Biden can go fuck himself.
Well, I say De Blasio of New York could definitely do that.
Well, he's going to go fuck himself soon. Don't worry about that.
Hey, Ronnie S is here. Oh yeah, by the way, HARP. It's called the government.
Yep, HARP.
Control the weather.
Yeah, HAARP. I know all about them. I trust me. I fought for years in Woodstock, New York, about that shit with weather control and chemtrails and the shit that these fucking people do it's disgusting, man. All right. I worked with campaigns. I worked with a lot of the politicians back then. I was the guy that ran the benefits, and I organized benefits for them. And I was in there, man. I was with the Treasury Department getting paid from them, and I watched what these scumbags do, these politicians, man. You think they're all fucking good. They'll sit there all day. Oh, we love America. We love you. And people going, we love you. We want you this. We want you that. Congressman, yes, we want you. Okay, but let me tell you what happens behind the scenes, all right? In the meantime, while you're donating your fucking money to these people, okay, the Treasury, the guy, his name, I'm going to say his fucking name, and he knows me, this prick, Joel Tyner. He was running for legislation, for congressman, for government congressman. Okay, this is back in 2012, 11, and I was off tour at the time, and I was running the campaign for him. Now, listen to how crooked this shit is, okay? Now, you have Joel Tyner, and Joel Tyner's mother is the Treasury Department, okay? Guy going for Congress, his mother is the Treasury Department. Think about that for a moment, okay? The mother handles all the money. So in the meantime, Joel Tyner's busy just sniffing cocaine with the money. And all the money that's supposed to pay for everything in the campaign is $600,000 that I raised. Instead of going where it was supposed to go, it went up his nose. Okay? Up his nose. That's how crooked these people are, activists. Oh, we want to save the planet. We want to save this. We want to save that. We want to do this, and we're going to do this. We're going to do that. They tell everybody everything you want to fucking hear. Okay, everything you want to hear. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. The minute they become president, they're doing the opposite of what the fuck they told you they're going to do. Okay, look, I don't like any of the presidents, but I'm going to say this. Donald Trump did bring this economy back. I'm sorry. He brought it back. We didn't have fucking war going on. Okay, we didn't have this shit going on. You didn't have people fucking bombing and people murdering people out in the street like this. You can't even walk outside in New York anymore without worrying about if you're going to get fucking stabbed. A guy we live in a wealthy neighborhood. Somebody right across the street was stabbed on Friday night, stabbed to death, a 51-year-old man. Who knows what he did? Probably nothing, okay? Being robbed. We have illegals running around fucking all over the place over here, man. They're coming in like fucking hotcakes, all right? And the illegals are getting drunk at night and fucking beating up old ladies in the street over here, all right? This is what Biden did. He opened the fucking borders. He should have left the shit closed. He's a fucking idiot. And then he puts his head down like this on camera. What fucking president goes like this? Because he knows he fucked up, but guess what? He did it on purpose. He made money. Who the fuck leaves $81 billion worth of weapons to fucking ISIS and the Taliban, the people that bomb our country? Who does that shit? Tell me. And then you're going to leave our people down there still? Our military's there, okay? But guess what? You decide to retaliate while the military and our people are still fucking there. Don't you think these crazy motherfuckers they're gonna get revenge for that? They're gonna kill everybody before the 31st. Trust me. They're gonna kill every one of those people. They should have brought them back, and then you bomb the shit out of them and wipe them the fuck off of the fucking face of the earth, and that's it. You're done with it.
Yeah,
but no, you leave the people there and let them get fucking killed. I got friends that are fucking down there, bro, okay? They're there. My friend's son just came back. He got lucky, okay? He got on the fucking plane. There are people there that I know, man, all right? It's not that I got a family member that's stuck there, all right? I'm not going to talk too much about him, but, my family asked me not to speak about it. Don't speak about it. Don't bring his name up, They're afraid, man. You talking about certain names. You don't think the Taliban are listening to us right now? Come on, bro.
Well,
trust me. They don't even have to be showing.
you know, they made a
Yeah, they
comment.
made a comment. They're gonna. Yeah,
They're not going to stop with terrorism until the whole planet Earth follows their Muslim
religion.
extremism.
Yep.
Their religion. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
CM Punk. You know, I think.
And then they go and listen. They go and kill somebody that doesn't even have anything to do with what's going on there right now. Why would you target somebody that has nothing to do with this?
Well,
why don't you go after the people that had something to do with bombing that fucking airport, man? Why don't they go after them? What the fuck is wrong with this country?
Yeah, it was a new faction of ISIS. I think, what do they call it? ISIS K or something.
Yeah, ISIS K is ISIS K. I forget his name, man. The guy came on. He goes, "It sounds like a fucking cereal." ISIS K. Special K. Special K is a drug and a cereal. Okay.
Yeah, but it's like the hurricanes that have different names. It's like it's just not going to stop, man. It's going to keep coming.
No. It's never going to stop. They're going to destroy America, bro. They've already begun. And now the ball is in their court because we gave them all the tools that they need to fucking kill every one of us, okay? You don't think, they're sitting there with all these bombs and these planes and America's going, oh, they don't even know how to fly them. Really? You really think they don't know how to fly those fucking planes, you schmucks? They flew planes into the Twin Towers, but they don't know how to fly the plane, right? They don't know how to fly a helicopter, right? No, they said the helicopters were already fucking dismantled. Okay, they're already going through the mechanism and finding out all that shit and all our top secret computerized systems with all the information of everything you can imagine in those computers. They got their hands on now.
But you got some.
Hey, listen,
you got some fans, Paul. They're enjoying your input.
Well, I mean, it's true, man. Look, I'm speaking. I don't give a shit. I'm not afraid of these motherfuckers. I'll tell them straight up. Look, I don't like bringing it up, but I dated Hillary Clinton's fucking niece, man. And everything everybody says about Hillary Clinton, the trafficking, all this. Do you people know her personally? Have you sat in a fucking room with the woman? Have you been in her house? Have you gone to family dinners like I have? No. So listen. People need to shut the fuck up because they can listen to the media and all the bullshit they want to listen to. But guess what? That woman does not traffic children. Okay? She is not a fucking children trafficker. That's all bullshit. Listen, the way she is around her own fucking grandchildren and children, I watched her. She does not traffic children. But Joe Biden loves to sniff them.
Well, yeah, he tries to inhale. He tries to inhale young girls from behind. Yeah.
I don't know.
For little girls.
Listen, you know what?
Song, Thank
you know what I do? Yeah, I know. You know what I do when I'm walking my dog? My dog starts to sniff other dogs, and the people they're looking like, like what the fuck is he doing? Well, that's what dogs do. They sniff each other, right?
Mouth. It's called sniffing.
I said Joe Biden was trained by my dog. She taught him how to sniff. Some of them look at me like I'm crazy, and then some lady, this woman was laughing, man. She's like, "Oh, so that's where you think he learned how to sniff?" I'm like, "Yeah, you should meet him. Maybe he'll sniff you too."
So listen. Try explain to Fart Doctor that you did not date Chelsea Clinton. Chelsea's the daughter. Is Hillary?
No. I did not date Chelsea Clinton. I know who she is. She was a little girl at that point, man. You know what I mean? She was young. But you're talking about 15, 20, I don't know, 20 years ago? I was in my 30s, I think. And I only dated her for about a year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And her mother, which is Hillary's sister, which is off the media, they don't really announce it out there. Hillary's sister died in 9/11. Did you know that?
No, I did not know.
Yeah, she died in 9/11. The only thing they found was a ring. Imagine they found her fucking ring. And Sonia, who I dated, she wrote a book called, which her mother's name was Sonia as well, Sonia's Ring. And that's where I met her. I did the 9/11, the vigil, the peace vigil in Washington, D.C. at the Washington White House. And I did it at the Capitol. And I did it at the Boston Tea Party area. I performed live for all the kids and the families that lost their families in 9/11. And I did that for years. And now she wanted me to do it this year. They canceled it. She said, we're not going to let you come down here and do this. She goes, we can do it online if you want. She said, but the risk, they're extremists, and the risk of September 11th going to the Capitol was not happening. The White House I wasn't playing this year for sure, but I was going to go up to the Boston, Massachusetts, on the South Boston River, and where the ocean is, and perform over there. Okay, and there's a government building over there with a stage. Beautiful, man. And well, she said, no. She said we're not gonna risk it, because we can't trust it because we have major threats. So she told me they got threats. But when Joe Biden came in office, she was a House representative, Sonia. She's not a House representative anymore. She was let go after Joe became president.
Yeah.
So
I didn't know that.
And I'm gonna tell you another thing. Sonia's brother tried to kill Donald Trump. Look it up. He tried to kill Donald Trump. He tried to shoot him. He's actually in prison right now. And Sonia come out and said, I played no part in that. She goes, I actually like Trump, but my brother did not like Trump. So, wow. I was heavily involved in the politician world, man. I know what goes on, but I can't, I'm not going to, I won't speak of certain things that, online. I'm not going to speak on streaming live with certain things because I don't want to die,
Yeah, I know.
I could say things that they'll come after me, and I don't need that shit, bro.
All right, hold on for a second. I have to say a few things. Okay. Mr. Contagious, it says that just like it did before when you try to come on as a guest, it says device not connected. So I don't know what kind of device you're using, a tablet, a laptop, a phone, but you might have a smartphone that happens to be pretty old. I have no idea, but that's
where'd the doctor go? Where's the doctor?
No, he's still here. The fart doctor is actually a gastroenterologist for real.
Gastroenterologist. Wow.
Yeah, I want to address fart doctor. I think AEW is trying to.
Is he watching? I'm going to show him something. He's going to laugh.
No, he's watching. I think AEW is trying to amass as many wrestling stars as they can. And that is what I like about them. And they put out a very high quality wrestling promotion show. I watched them after SmackDown.
I don't know where it is.
All right, I watched them at 10 p.m. on
anyway, on I was looking for it. I got doctor. Show. So doctor, listen to this. What's your first name, doctor?
Fart.
Okay. I love it, man. All right, so I ordered some stuff from Amazon because I do these YouTube fart jokes. And when I go into a store and too many people are on fucking line and I can't get through the damn line, I'm sitting there going, fuck, I don't want to wait. I got one item. I don't want to sit here and wait for all these Hasidics. I fucking hate it, man. There's one store I go in that's on Neptune. It's down by Home Depot. And I get the hot sauce and they're always in there online, man. And it's always fucking waiting. So I brought the fart spray with me the other day. And they didn't have the hot sauce I wanted, but I went up there anyway. It was out of stock. And I sprayed the shit while I'm standing online. I got a candy bar. Man, let me tell you, the look on those fucking people's faces. I mean, you ever see a sourpuss look like their fucking eyes just droop down and the smell is just so raunchy, man? And so then I sprayed a couple more sprays because it lingers. And, normally this shit, you spray something, it goes away right away. No, this shit lingers for like an hour at least. And I'm watching them. They're walking off the line. And I finally, I got 3 people ahead of me. They stayed on the line, but the ones behind me had to walk outside. I stunk the whole fucking place out, man. And babe, my wife's over here. And I used the fart sound. I got the fart noise maker. For real though. So he holds a PhD or?
Oh no, he's a doctor. He's a medical doctor. Oh yeah, Braun Strowman I hear also. A lot of people are going there.
Yeah, my grandfather died of colon cancer, man.
Well, he's the man that tries.
My colon's good.
yeah, tries to nip it in the bud.
So why don't he? So why don't we get him on the show, man? And let's talk to him. You know, about like what would you say is unhealthy? What would you say is healthy? What do
Well,
you think about as a
well,
doctor? What does he think about the vaccine? You know, that's my point of view of questioning him. You
well,
know, what would
I know gastroenterologists are big on fiber. Unless you have
right?
diverticulitis, then you have to be careful what kind of fiber you consume. Like you
Yeah.
can't
Well, my
eat
wife is a diabetic type 1, so
you
she has to
can't
be
you
careful.
can't eat seeds. You know, you can't eat anything that'll go inside the preparation, the hole in your lining.
Right.
I mean, yeah, no. Let me say, Mr. BC Beer Reviews of Michigan. Thank you very much for coming on the show. He has to be at work at 6:30 a.m. tomorrow.
I don't drink, but
Had to
I'll
go to
put my
bed. So I thank you, BC. Till next time, we at least I got a good hour of having you on the show. So thank you there. And Mr. Contagious, why don't you just you're having an issue because of your phone. Why don't you just go to the Progressive Discussions YouTube channel and type in comments like these gentlemen are doing right now. There you go. I mean, until you get a new phone. You should honestly get a colonoscopy early if it was in your family. Yeah, 45 years of age, they're starting to recommend colonoscopy.
Yeah, I did. I did get it. I got it actually when I was 39, 40, at 40 years old. And it was good. Everything was good. So thank God, you know, everything was good. And I just had my blood work all done and tested, you know, for cancer. And I mean, basically I went to the dentist and he found a mass in my gum. Under my gum, I had my wisdom tooth pulled and he found a mass back there. And when I was younger, I had gotten into an accident. You know, I went through a windshield. Somebody else was driving and it fucked my whole jaw up. You know what I mean? And I had major surgery done on my mouth, and they put bone marrow and shit, you know, in the back here. And this doctor I went to, you know, I guess it's been in there for a while, you know, so it probably was rotted out by that point. I don't know, whatever they put in there. And he pulled it out and he goes and he puts it in a little jar and seals the jar up. And the lady's writing something on it. I'm like, what's that? He goes, well, I found a mass and I cut a piece of the mass out. He said, because it looks like a tumor to me and it looks like cancer. He said, so I'm going to send it into the lab. I have to get it checked. He goes, as a doctor, he goes, even if you told me don't, he goes, I have to get that checked. So he sent it in and he calls me 3 weeks later and tells me, don't worry, no cancer in my blood, no cancer. And I got the results back from the hospital as well, because I had to do my blood when I went up there. I went to get my medicine and I had to stay there and do it. It's just bullshit, man. So I went up there, did that, and that came out all good. So, you know, I have no cancer in my body. I'm sure there's some kind of cancer in the body. Everybody's got a cancer cell.
Yeah, well, that's why antioxidants are so important.
When I went to get my inhaler,
I believe most COVID-19 deaths are caused by the cytokine storm in the respiratory tract. I think that's the common cause of death. Mr. Contagious, please, your phone is old. Just type in the comments box on my YouTube channel. I think the comments box is on the upper right hand side. Oh, thank you, Fart Doctor. I used to do a lot of shows since 1995, and you know, the thing is, it's very difficult to get people to discuss heavy duty, deep topics, and I guess, you know, I could. There are people out there willing to do it, so I guess I could build a following, and thankfully, some of the people from the craft beer review group are educated, like yourself, like Fart Doctor and Jason Cleveland and Daryl Messias, etc. It goes on and on and on. BC Richards. I'm sorry, no, that's BC Beer Reviews. You know, there are people that are educated. Ronald Tirio, and they're well-rounded people. Ronnie S's. So I think the show is going really well, better than expected. I wish Ronnie S. I hope Ronnie S. feels better down in Clearwater, Florida. He says feels real sick. I hope he's okay. Let me see.
What has he got? COVID? He's in Clearwater.
He says he feels that he has the symptoms of COVID, but he always said COVID-19 is a bunch of nonsense. That doesn't exist. But
You sound like a robot now.
He's sick.
Okay.
Well, it's the internet. I don't know what to say. Let me just tell Contagious. Just type in comments box on channel.
I can get. Here's what I can get. I could get another. I mean, if he wants to talk, I have NBC. A guy named Mike. He's the camera guy and the journalist for NBC News, man. And he covered the insurrection. He covered that whole insurrection. And, you know, I asked him, I said, why are you living over here? He goes, well, I'm hiding out. You know, he goes, I don't want to be involved and questioned and all that bullshit. You know, so we could probably I could get him on the show in a couple of weeks. I'll talk to him and see if he, you know, he probably just wants to blur out his face though, because I'm sure he doesn't want to be seen, you know, so we can do that, blur his face out and just.
He doesn't have to be seen. He could use an avatar and just use an alias. He can go like audio, you know, you see like Fart Doctor. Well, you could pick any avatar you want. You know, you can make a design. You could pick any image you want, and you don't have to use your real name. You know, and
where's the doctor from?
I don't quite know. I don't know. Fart Doctor, where are you? Ronnie S. feels he has COVID symptoms. Ronnie S. Yeah, he has to get tested, of course. Yeah. I hope you're feeling better, Ronnie. Yes, all of us send best wishes. He was going to be on the show, and for him to back out, because he was telling me all week he was looking forward to being on the show, and but the show turned out to be really good, and Mr. Contagious, I know you're trying to get on video, but if you can hear me, go to the Progressive Discussions YouTube channel and go to the upper right and just type in comments like all these other gentlemen are doing. That's all. Don't try to get on video if you got an old phone. I'm telling you, it's ancient. You gotta get yourself a new Android or something, like, you know, it's 21st century. You gotta be like George Jetson, man, like
George Jetson.
And his boy Elroy and the dog. I forgot the dog's name.
Yeah.
The dog. Yeah, they had a dog. And a daughter Judy. Ooh. Daughter Judy. Ooh. Daughter Judy. Remember that show? Jane, his wife. Doop, 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 doop. Oh,
I remember that.
He's in Manhattan.
That's back way back.
Fart Doctor's in Manhattan. Man, as the Hakawi Indians on F Troop used to say, man with hat on. He's in NYC. He's if I
So
look,
did the doctor, let me ask you, James, did the doctor, is he still on? He took the COVID? Did you take the COVID shot, doctor?
was he vaccinated?
Did they force him?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What do you think about the vaccine? I'm asking the doctor a question.
Oh, what is his opinion? Well, the good vaccines like Moderna and Pfizer. Not
Oh,
that.
Pfizer has graphite oxide in it.
Not Johnson and
And
Johnson.
we'll
That
we'll
causes.
do it. Johnson and Johnson, you know, their baby wipes cause rashes. Okay.
Well, not
You know,
only that.
fucking A.
You know the talcum powder. The talcum powder they used to sell causes ovarian cancer.
Oh yeah.
Women.
Yeah, and the oil, the baby oil.
They got hammered with a big lawsuit. A big.
You know, listen, I always thought that you remember, you know where let me see, it's the white, what the hell is it called now? The Whitestone Bridge in the Bronx. There's a restaurant called Johnson and Johnson's Restaurant. I always thought as a child that Johnson and Johnson Restaurant was affiliated with the Johnson and Johnson company itself. And they got sued, man, because they were selling raw fucking meat and they were injecting the meat, the burgers, to make the burgers fatter. You know, they were injecting it with some shit, man, and it would make them really big and fat. Then they made a movie about it, a joke movie. It's like a kid's movie they made about it, man. And I think it was called Home of the Good Burger or some shit, you know? Burger World.
Home of Burger World?
Burger World. Yeah, and they show the guy injecting this fat into the burger to expand the burger and make it look larger. But when you bite into it, it was all air and raw in the middle.
Yes, Ronnie. Whitestone Bridge, Frog's Neck, I think connects where they connect Queens with Long Island, don't they? No, Whitestone is.
You know.
Where's Whitestone?
The Whitestone Bridge in the Bronx. It's the Whitestone Cinema Plaza they had over there. Oh, I mean, I don't know how it is now. It was a beautiful place back then, but you know, now I'm sure it's full of crime, you know.
Burger World.
But we used to go there. I used to go to Johnson and Johnson's. Like we would go there every like Sunday night, you know what I mean, with the family and
now,
like, you know.
I'll tell.
But getting back to Johnson and Johnson, I don't trust them as far as I throw them. I don't trust any of those drug companies. Anything that's about money and anything that the government and your officials and local officials try to force on you and there's something fucking wrong with that, okay? Because nobody in this world would ever try to pay you to take anything, okay? They don't pay us to take shit, man. They're giving away free money like it ain't nothing, okay? When they wouldn't get before COVID, you could not even go and get a fucking loan at a bank, okay? You couldn't go and get government help and say, hey, I need help. I need money. They tell you go fuck yourself. Now, they're willing to hand out whatever here, blah, blah, blah. You know, this fucking mayor, he's going to pay every 5 people that get a fucking vaccination, he's going to put out a $20,000 pot, okay? Where are you getting that money? Somebody's paying him, these fucking governors and these mayors. Somebody's paying them, okay, in order for them to pay us, okay? Trust me, ain't nobody giving you, me, him, her free fucking money, okay? They don't pay you to take a shot. Think about that for a minute. Put that in your head. The doctors I'm talking to right now, okay? They said somebody who takes that Pfizer shot, you have 3 to 5 years to live. 3 to 5. It's like a time capsule. A time capsule pill. You know, you take the pill and the pill, you know, it'll release certain medicines every half hour or every 5 hours. Well, guess what? Whoever masterminded this shit and created this shit, they did a damn good job. They succeeded this time. They definitely, listen, they made a major, it's bullshit. All of it's fucking bullshit.
What you're saying is the Pfizer vaccine is part of a mass worldwide genocide?
Of course. Guaranteed. I guarantee it. Watching people, you see, everybody sit there and said about Joe Biden, don't vote for him. He's going to destroy this country. Don't fucking do it. We said these things before anybody voted, okay? And I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I voted for Trump. I don't care. You know, we're friends. We don't talk. We don't fight with each other over politics because we all have different eye view. Some people some people don't know. Some people know, okay? I only voted for Trump because I wanted to stop war and I just wanted the businesses. The businesses were thriving, man.
Well, everybody
fucking thriving. Now it's sinking.
Everybody knows that Sleepy Joe Biden is getting up in years. He's an old geezer. I mean, you know, and I know Kamala Harris is probably going like this. It's only a matter of
And
time.
who is that? Who's
Only
that?
a matter of
Who's the
time.
lesbian? The lesbian woman with the glasses, the big lesbian woman with the glasses that looks like the guy from Wayne's World. Okay, the one that he hired. She's some kind of general or doctor or what? What was she again? She looks like fucking Oompa Loompa.
Oompa Loompa.
Joe Biden's administration part. Yeah, you know who it is, that fucking lesbian woman he brought on.
I know he tried to be all inclusive. His cabinet is made up of all sorts of people. He did that to secure votes. Look, I know what that. I know.
Of course, yeah, he knows what he's doing, man. He let all the illegals in because they're gonna vote for him. Oh, Joe Biden, he let us come here and kill the American people. Oh yes, we're here to kill you. You know what I mean?
They pander for votes. They kiss up to every. Oh, I love you. Oh, I love you.
Oh yeah, I love you. Oh, they'll kiss you. They'll suck your dick for a vote. Okay, Joe Biden get on his knees and start sucking cock for a vote. All right.
Yeah, let's not get too ferocious because we don't want you. To, we don't want you to bust our coons over here.
No,
okay.
YouTube is really filth tube. Okay, filth tube.
All right, Ronnie S. I just want to say good luck to Curtis Sliwa, the founder of the Guardian Angels, who's running for mayor of New York City. He is. I always said this, even though I'm a far left winger.
Oh no, we're gonna support him.
Yeah,
I'm contacting him tomorrow, Monday morning. I got a meeting.
Even though I'm a democratic socialist, I believe that the big cities of this country need Republican mayors. They need Republican mayors, and you got to rule with an iron hand when it comes to the big cities, which means New York, Chicago, especially Chicago, and Los Angeles. So,
New York needs it really bad right now.
Out of freaking respect for Curtis Sliwa.
You kind of look like Curtis, man.
Curtis Blow. Remember that? Was he a DJ?
But Curtis, I listened to his man. He's got the right idea. So I'm gonna contact him, and I'm gonna support his campaign. I'm gonna say, look, this is who I've worked for. This is what I've done for Joe Tyner, Chris Gibbons. You know, I could keep going with names. You know, with all the politicians.
Curtis.
It's all. Listen. Yeah. I did play a big part in having fracking banned in Narrowsburg, New York, Callicoon, New York. Callicoon, where your Delaware River is, what supplies New York City's water. They were going to frack that, and we wouldn't have no water, okay? You wouldn't have water. You wouldn't be drinking what you're drinking right now. You would be drinking methane gas, okay? And the gastro doctor knows what that shit is, man.
So all that high-quality New York City drinking water comes from, like, the northern
Delaware.
Delaware.
Yes.
What do you mean where the Delaware goes into New York, New York State? Or?
Callicoon, New York, and then you got Pennsylvania, okay, right there, the border. It's Callicoon, and then you go into the Pennsylvania border, okay, and that's where my Rio Myers lives. His dad was Frosty Myers, who put something on the moon with Louis Armstrong. He's a sculptor. He sculptures and he welds. He's a famous welder. He's got shit in New York City. You know what I mean? He put something on the moon with Louis Armstrong. And Rio is still the vice president of my company, the tie-dye company. So, so basically they own from the bridge when you're coming off of Callicoon, going into Pennsylvania. And it's basically Damascus, PA, okay? It's Damascus, DAMCUS, all right? So it's pretty much the Delaware is right there. They live on the Delaware, and they own part of the Delaware. Now, on the other side is where our reservoir is, the Delaware Reservoir. Now, it's also in Woodstock, New York, okay? The Delaware, our water supply also in Woodstock. And now, Woodstock, New York, they have gates around it, but you're allowed to rowboat on the water because that water is reserved there, all right? And that water goes through the system that cleans out all the water and shit. You know what I'm saying? It cleans it. So if people rowboat on it, you're not drinking, whatever they're rowboating. You know what I'm saying? But they do keep it really highly protected where my buddy Rio lives, okay? That shit, you can't go fucking near it. You go near it, you're going to get shot. Let's just put it like that, okay? Pennsylvania,
fine.
you
Yep.
walk on that property, your ass is shot. Goodbye. Have a nice fucking day. Don't walk on the reservoir property where that supplies the New York City chain of water, man. That's where we get our water. That's why New York water is fucking good. That's why our pizza is the best.
Well, when it comes to dough, whether you're making pizza or bagels or Italian bread or sourdough bread or coffee, tea, or beer, anything that you consume, high quality water is extremely important to make high quality foods.
Right.
You need good water. That's it. Yeah, he's an alpha male. He's on the alpha male Facebook Messenger group. Yes.
But you know what? New York water is great and wonderful, but you can't trust anything anymore because now we have extremists, we have terrorists, and don't tell me for a minute. We all know that they're in this country. They live next door to you. They live upstairs from you. They live on the next block from you. They are on every fucking block throughout New York. Okay, you got Taliban, the temple right up here. The Taliban temple is 2 blocks from us. Okay, every day they're out there. Allah, Allah, doing that kind of shit, talking.
How come people?
Listen. They can't complain because they live in the United States and that's their freedom. They are here.
That's why
they're paying their fucking.
That's why nobody bitch slaps them and beats them up.
They're paying their taxes. Okay, but no, they're not paying shit because they're authorizations that don't pay taxes. You know what I'm saying? Look, they're what do they call that? Non-profit organizations. They're running a religious organization. Okay, but somebody's getting paid. But they have their speakers. Every morning when I ride up there on my motorbike, bro, every morning the speakers are going and they're speaking in the Arabic language, man, and the Taliban language, and God knows what the fuck they are saying, man.
I wonder if the Taliban says tally ho when they go hunting.
Maybe tally ho, tally ho.
That's what the British say when they go fox hunting.
Well, you know what?
Let
me just put this real quick. Everybody that's watching. Get ready. We all got to get ready because we're in deep shit. Deep shit. Deeper shit than we ever been in our fucking entire lives. You're going to see more shit this year and next year than you never wanted to experience. Trust me, I do think. It's not thinking, I know. Facts. I talked to people today, man. I'm telling you this morning, Sonia said, just get prepared and always be on guard and alert. She goes, at this point, she can't even say. She said anything can happen. She goes, we know there's terrorists here. She goes, we have to worry. If you're going to walk outside, go in the store, and somebody's going to walk in there and just say, hey, boom, we're all dead. Okay? She said it's going to happen. There's no way they could stop it because they're here. And she said, and Biden allowed them to come here. She voted for Biden.
Listen, this whole pandering. This pandering, Barney the dinosaur, I love you, you love me. I'm sorry, the woke.
We're a perfect family, right?
We're a perfect family. The woke shit, the cancel culture crap.
Cancel culture. Get the fuck out of here.
Blowing sunshine up each other's ass.
Let's cancel Joe Biden. Let's cancel the government. How about that? Can we cancel the fucking government? Yeah, ring that bell.
The shit's gonna hit the fan.
Oh, yeah, even the doctor knows because, he's a gastro doctor. He's telling you himself the shit's going to hit the fan.
Let me, hold on. What did I have for dinner? Well, I ate so much, I had so much all-you-can-eat sushi.
And I'll be right back, James. I'm listening.
Okay. I had so much all-you-can-eat sushi and sashimi that I'm pretty content. But I will make some ramen noodle soup from what I got at the Japanese market near me called Mitsuwa. And I will put a bag of mussels that I have in the freezer. I have bags of mussel meats, not the shell, the inside. So I'm going to put a bag of mussel meats into the ramen soup, and I'm probably going to have that as a late Saturday night snack. if Ronald Tirio doesn't have electricity by Wednesday, I will attempt to do the show. I'll call it New Jersey Beer Banter or Uncensored Beer Banter. Uncensored Jersey Beer Banter. Something like
All
that.
right, I'm back.
And that'll be Wednesday. And it'll be, the theme is a beer from your state. This is if Ronald, something God forbid happens, he has no internet or electricity. Now what's for dinner? That's for dinner. All right, who is this? Tony the Tiger. What do you think
Tony the
about
Tiger.
new kind of a party that gives us, say, so instead of the establishment, U.S. Citizen Vote Law Party, U.S. Citizen Vote Law Party. Well, I'm always anti-establishment. I think, to me, establishment equals corruption, and that's what fascism is, right? Corporate control, where corporations pay off the politicians in big government, and then you have fascism. Well, I hate the establishment. I always did, really. But anyway, I hope Curtis Lee does well, because he's the only person that can really clean up New York. The guy that's in there now, and the guy from Brooklyn, the black guy that's running from Brooklyn, they're just like another, like David Dinkins, Abe Beam, Ed Koch, Mayor John Lindsay, namby-pamby Democrats that just don't want to offend anybody. They want everybody to love them. They want to make everybody happy. And guess what? That's when people start taking dumps on you and shit on you and piss on you. They give you the golden showers. You can't be nice.
Well, you go to China and you get a golden shower. Japan give you a golden shower.
Yeah. Well, you can't be nice with inner big city. Well, small cities are different. Inner big city folks, you got to rule with an iron hand. And Republican Curtis Lee was the man that could do it. Oh, I've known Paul for a long time. I met Paul at
20-something years, James.
At a
maybe 30.
A Time Warner show called Keeping Country Strong, and there was a big musical event, like a.
It was the telethon.
It was
we
a
linked up with the Jerry Lewis telethon. They repeated the Jerry Lewis telethon, okay, and it was all linked up to that. And they called me because my father used to play for the Jerry Lewis telethon. He was the drummer, and he would do it every year. And they called me and they said, "Hey, we have remember they had oh God, man, what's his name? Oh man, we were just talking about him yesterday. Pete Seeger. Pete Seeger was there for that show, and that's the show I did with Pete Seeger. That was 3 days before he passed away. Okay, God rest his soul. That guy was a great, amazing guy. All right, a great activist. Wrote a lot of nice songs, man. He even played a part in We Wish You a Merry Christmas. Okay, so I performed with him, and that's where I met James. But I met you before that, way before that.
I was there with Ken Create and Masked Bob, and that's when I met Paul. And
over 20 years.
I videotaped it. I put it on YouTube. God knows where it is. It's buried somewhere in multitudes of videos on YouTube. And I met Paul there, and he played the guitar. It was a pretty damn good song that he sang. And was it a blues?
I sang my hit song, the one that was number 3 on the Billboard at the time.
Was it a light Robin's Egg blue colored, like acoustical guitar that you plug in? It was
I had an Ovation. I was actually endorsed by Ovation at that time, and my guitar player, he had the blue guitar, I believe, and I had the Ovation. We were both playing Ovations because I got him endorsed as well.
Now Paul plays a pretty damn good guitar, both acoustical and electric, and his songs are great, and his singing is great, And what he's going to show you tonight is some of his work as far as clothing designs. Some of
Yeah, so let me get that prepared while you talk. All right.
Okay.
Let me get that. All ready. All right.
I'll talk.
And you talk, and I got the headphones down, so I can't hear you.
Okay.
Let me get the product.
Okay, people. Thank you for joining this segment of Progressive Discussions. Suckups Suck Saturday, which is connected to my Shooting the Shit series. And I used to do Progressive Discussions every Sunday night when I was when I had the co-host Mr. Damien Owens, and I was doing a show with him for a while. But before that, years ago, I was doing shows with the Reverend Dr. William J. Eisenman. The Reverend Dr. William J. Eisenman, my original co-host, who is deceased now. Since 1995, I did it with him. And then when he passed away, many years later, then I did it with different people, Mick Von Raven, so on and so forth. But anyway, now I'm on hiatus. Okay, I'm gonna do full screen with Paul Anthony Mantia, and he's gonna start showing his designs that he has made.
So
Okay.
these are the hood. Right now we're just basically working on like lighter stuff. We're not really doing like the high fashion right this point due to the market. And right now I'm working on putting up the website. So I'm building it all myself. I created the dyes that are on this shirt. And it's the point that I was making earlier, but we'll get into that another topic, on another day. When I was saying graphite oxide is what they put in the vaccines, okay, into the Pfizer, the Moderna, and the Johnson & Johnson all carry it. And it's a heavy metal. It's not a protein. So it has no reason to be in a vaccine because it doesn't do anything that will help your body. It does things like clot your blood up. And what it does is it clots up the dyes. So I make the dyes out of titanium oxide. There are other plant fibers that are also used to make, the dye powders. So they come in rock form. And normally what I would have to do is break the rocks down until it comes into a powder. What I used to do is I used to go out and find rocks. Okay. I'd go to the mountains and I'd find, mineral rocks and other rocks, and I'd take them home and I'd crush them down and I would make them into a powder, and then I would put it into a solution and create a dye color out of them. So, the primary colors, red, blue, and yellow. That's what you make all your dyes out of. So basically the dyes aren't here to get to the point. I created them. I invented the dyes. They never wash out. They don't fade away. You know what I'm saying? Once it's on the shirt, that's it. It's there forever. And, that's where we got the name from, but they also glow in the dark. They glow on the black lights. I'm going to show you some things in a moment.
Yeah.
So right now,
you ain't seen nothing yet, Jason. Wait until you see some of his other products.
So this is another hoodie. This is the black plasma hoodie. What that is it means that the black is behind the color and the color's in front of the black. So, this has been out for a long time, that name, the black plasma. It actually, Alex Gray, who is a big, very well-known, visual artist. You can look him up. He's amazing. He's in his late 70s. He named it. Him and Tico Chango named it the black plasma. Plasma. So it's Plasama instead of plasma, which a company named Aura Tie-Dye actually tried to steal the name Black Plasma Design. He spelt it wrong. So he looks like a schmuck right now. So this is just a heart shirt, pastel design. So, this is for women. Women love that kind of stuff. So give me a moment, James. Keep talking to them, and I'm going to be right back. I'm going to get some stuff so I can show.
Okay. Yeah, Paul's company is called Northern Tie-Dye, and he has a Facebook page, and he's working on his website and the debut of his Amazon store, which will be coming soon, possibly by Labor Day weekend. Okay, so I am going to, let's see, let's see if I can transfer. I wonder if I can add this. Let me see if I can add this. Hold on, people. Now, Fart Doctor, you know where I am? If I walk down the hill.
I'm back, James. So give me a minute. I got to set up the lighting.
Let me see if it's all right now.
I'm going to show two pieces.
Yeah, if I
So give me a moment.
Yeah, let me
Right.
let me just tell Fart Doctor where I am.
I'm gonna take this off so I can hear you on speaker because I have it on headphones.
If Fart Doctor's still with us,
Yeah,
if
I
I
can hear
walk
you.
down, if I walk down the hill from my street, and I look, if I walk down the hill, I'll be at Whole Foods, which is on the Hudson River. If I look straight across, I'm straight across from Upper Manhattan, where like Columbia University and Grant's Tomb is. And because I'm not too far from the GW Bridge in Fort Lee. That's exactly where I am. Okay, so, okay, there is Paul Anthony Mantia's Facebook page, Custom Dyes, and right, like I said, he's working on his Amazon store and his new website. Anyway, back to.
All right, so this was
Yeah,
a
you're
dress
right
that was
about
actually on TV.
Depends
It
what
was
you
on.
order.
It was on a show a couple of months ago. And that show got major hits. She got over 2 million views on it. They loved it, you know. And this is it in the light. So now, what I'm gonna do is don't get scared, everybody. I'm gonna turn the lights off, okay? And
No,
now
no
I'm going to show you what it looks like glowing in the dark. So let me just get this here. All right, here we go.
Oh,
now
wow.
we're in the dark, okay?
Damn.
And here you go.
Whoa.
Going. You can see that? How it's glowing in the dark in beautiful colors. Try to bring it as close to the camera so you can really see it. And that's the designs in the dark. So that's one piece. And give me a moment now. I'm going to grab something else. Okay. I didn't really set up for a glow show because I've been working and I got stuff all over the place. So,
well, you're definitely glowing. You're definitely glowing, Paul. What you're wearing, that's for sure.
Oh yeah. So this is a custom piece, and it's a skull jacket. You can see the skulls on the back. All right. And it's a suit jacket. And this is the only one in the world. Nobody in the world is ever going to have this jacket. There's only one of these made, and that's it. You'll never find it anywhere. You never get anywhere. I mean, you know, it's a size large, extra large, so it'll fit somebody that's pretty big. I mean, or they can just buy it and they can, you know, put it up on their wall as a classic item with my signature on it. So when I drop dead, you know, don't kill me, but when I drop dead, it'll be worth money if the world is still existing. So this is the skull jacket, and what I'll do is real quick, I'll show you this one in the light so you can see it. And you know, some people would wear it for Halloween maybe, but you know, you can actually wear it to a club. I mean, you can wear this pretty much anywhere. And there it goes right there. It's real colorful. You know, it's got the skulls on it, but it's also, you know, I wore this to Randy Jones's birthday party, you know, and I wore it to, you know, Randy Jones, the Village People, the original cowboy. I designed for him as well. And, you know, I was designing a lot of suit jackets for them, and they saw this one and they went crazy over it, but I didn't have their size. And, you know, when an artist buys something, they want to wear this, you know. So I decided that for now, I'll just wear this as, you know, for me on stage, but it does, you know, it looks okay on me, but, you know, I think that I do want to sell this, and I have a price tag on it for $1,500, and this is a great material, you know. I mean, it's a silky, you know, very, very nice silky cotton material, but it's also got a little bit, just a slight bit of spandex for pull. But as I said, $1,500 to the lucky winner, take it home, you know. And it's one of a kind design. You'll never find this anywhere in the world, anywhere. Nobody has it. Okay, so that's that. I'll be right back with something else, James. Let's see what I got over here. Some of the stuff is still drying, so you know we have lots of things. But I'll show this. So what we'll do, James, is we'll set up another show where I'll have everything prepared and ready for everybody to see. You know. So this is a bass guitar that I did last year, and you can see how custom designed that is. See that?
Wow. Incredible.
Okay. So now here's the back of this. Let me show you this. This is going to blow your mind. I showed this earlier on Facebook. So this here, now, you know, people do wood carving, but this is actually carved with dye and paints and all kinds of, you know, all kinds of pigments. And I'm going to try to get it as close as possible so you can actually see the detail. And you can feel this. There are indents in here, carved indents that show in the entire design. This is not real carving. This is actually dye and paint pigments. Okay, now watch this. We're going to shut the light off, and I'm going to show you what it does in dark.
Wow.
Watch this. You ready?
Yo, whoa.
Here we go. Now. Oh, okay. Let's see.
Incredible. This is Northern Lights tie-dye, Paul Anthony Manthia Designs, brother. I know Paul for a long time, and he definitely is a boy wonder.
And the back,
21st
the back
century.
of it also glows. It's hard because I got to bring the light over. Let me see if I can bring this over closer. Okay, here we go. So now you can actually see the engraved carves when it's glowing in the dark. Okay, and there's a flower on top there. So I'll turn it back around again. And now you can really see it. You see that color glowing in there?
Wow.
So imagine being on stage and rocking out with a glowing bass guitar like that, man. And people are going, holy shit, what is that, man? Is that the fucking Matrix or what?
Yeah.
Where are we?
Looking at your t-shirt, too.
Oh, yeah, they can have the clothing glowing, you know. Here, you want to see something even crazier? Let me show you something.
Damn.
Did anybody in the world know that marijuana glows under the black lights?
Yeah, didn't know that.
It glows. And you know another thing? Here, this is something I'm going to bug your mind out with. I don't think I have any cheese like that. But if you buy like Kraft cheese, okay?
Yeah.
Buy Kraft cheese, buy you know, like some cheeses sell for like $6 out there for the Kraft. You know, it's supposed to be real cheese, not processed. But even real cheese, okay? You could go to the deli, buy real American yellow cheese, okay? Take it home. Buy a black light, a UV reactive light, and shine that UV reactive light on the cheese, okay? I'm going to tell you what happens in a second here, all right? Normally, I would tell people, just go and try it for yourself, you know, because I don't like to talk. I like to say, you know, go try it out yourself, and then you tell me what you think. Okay, then you can sue the shit out of the companies that make that cheese. You'll be a fucking billionaire by the time you're done. Right.
Now you did some t-shirts, or were they mostly hoodies that night when I was chatting with you?
I did it on the t-shirts and you know some of the hoodies here.
Yeah, what about
I
those?
don't put the glow dyes on all the stuff, man, because
Yeah,
it's more expensive for me to do that. Okay. And me, I need to make money for the glow. If somebody wants glow on their shit, look, it's gonna be an extra $10. Okay, to get that glow. And here you go. It's glowing. The hoodie. See that shit? Crazy. And these are the glow dyes. you know? And that's the kind of beauty you get. But I have to set up the lighting a little better with that so people can see the actual color, because you can't really see the actual color, you know, when the lights are not set up properly. So this is one of the hoodies that I made.
Well, that's beautiful.
Oh yeah. And I showed this one today on Facebook. You know, people loved it. I got a woman from Africa who's connected with all the big TV sitcoms out here. Okay, and she's working with one of my model's mothers, and she lives in Africa, and she's doing a movie out there, and she commented and said, how much for the t-shirts? So then I contacted her, and Jane told me, she said, Paul, she wants to order by bulk.
Wow.
I said, yeah, we ship to Africa, and I do have accounts. So, you know, I'm going to work something out with her. So I'm praying that she's going to give me a nice 20,000 piece order where I could turn around and say, okay, you're going to cover 50% up front, you know, and that's how it works. They give 50% up front. And basically, but that's in the United States now. When we're dealing with other countries like Africa, and they're going to make a 20,000 piece order, you know, something like that. I've had orders that large before, but when they're going to make an order that big, and they're coming from another country, you want them to pay 75% up front, bar none. 75% up front. There is no questions, no stories, no blah, blah, blah. Money up front, money in my bank account, sitting there cleared. You know what I mean? That's the only way I would start any type of production, because what the problem is, what I do is I'll purchase enough shirts to cover the 75%. Okay. And that's what I'll make them. I make them what they pay for. And then what I do is I ship the 75% out, you know, with 75% of work that I was paid already for. I send it out. I say, now pay for the other 25%. That work is sitting right here. It's already done, being that they've already showed good standards and paid. I'll do the work and have the product ready. Okay. So I'm taking a risk see, because the problem is I'm a custom designer. You're not going on my site and going, okay, I want that, I want that, I want that. And then another customer goes, I want the same thing. You're not getting the same shit. My stuff, yeah, I can do something close to this. Or I can do it, yeah, I can do it exact, but in different colors, in different shapes, in different forms.
Right.
Okay. There are tie-dye companies out there that mass produce, and you get the same shirts over and over and over and over and over again. They tied them the same, and they're all dyed exactly the same in sync. It's all in sync. It's all just work. You know, here it's going to go to the red and blue table. It's going to go to the yellow and green table. You know, because when you have a big production like that, like I had a big production, James. You know, when you have a production that big, you have to make sure that, you know, okay, if the shirt's going to get dyed blue and green, okay, now what I do is I take all my blues, my blacks, you know, stuff like that. Black usually gets dyed on one table by itself because black is a dark color. If it gets on one of the shirts by accident, you fucked up the shirt. That's it. You fucked the design up. And that's why I really hate mass production. But on the other end, you know, sometimes you got to do the mass production, and they want the shirts in unison. They want everything exactly the same. I want that to look like that. Because we all have to look alike. Okay. Right. So, all right, no problem. But that's the way we would set it up. We would set it up where in the shop, well, the way I had it was all my bright colors, like all my yellows, my reds, my oranges, you know, that type of color, you know, and that's like more the midtones on one table, and all the dark colors were on another table. So that this way, you know, you keep things away from each other, and you got to be really fucking clean about it, man. Because this job, you know, trust me, there's accidents. And the last thing you want to do is get, you know, another dye accidentally spilt on one of the shirts, because once it's on there, you ain't getting it off. That's it. The design is fucked. You know, well, it's not fucked because then I just that's for some people, I'll take the shirt and I'll design something else and create something crazy on that shirt, you know. Like for instance, here's something right here. This shirt. These black spots up here is an accidental drip. Okay? But that's what I did. I took the shirt and I did something unique and different on it, you know? And I showed the shirt earlier today, and some guy goes like this, I want that shirt. I'll give you $30. I said, I'll take it. Okay, so now that shirt sold $30. You know what I mean? And he's already paid the money. It's in my account. So that's it. Right by Venmo, he's already paid. It'll get packaged and shipped. You see what I'm saying? Shirts like that. Somebody sees something. Oh, look, that's got 3 black dots on it. That's hot. Nobody's got that shit.
Yeah, but
nobody ain't gonna print that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna buy it.
That turquoise blue with the yellow, that shirt that you showed is exceptionally beautiful, in my opinion. It has that real tropical resort beach, look to it. Yeah. Whoa! Look at that. Let me get a close up of this. What's going on here with this thing? There we go. Woo!
And that glows, and that's all done by hand. There's no prints, Yeah, let me show you this in the dark. Give me a second. Watch this. See that?
Beautiful.
So it's really hard because I don't have the light set up like I should have it set up because I'm at the dye table right now. So
right.
And tomorrow, what I'll do is soon here, I'm gonna set it up with a nice background behind me, and But you want to talk about getting back to the island shirts? Look at this. Now this is hot.
Whoa! Look at that, guys. Look at that. Oh man.
See that? And close up.
Beautiful.
And then on the back,
got the swirl going.
Yep. So this is a shirt that my wife's grandfather gave me a couple of years back because I ran out of T-shirts and I was kind of broke at that point. So he gave me a couple of T-shirts, and I said, "Oh, I'll wear that. It's got a nice island." So the print was already on the shirt, and it's actually a screen print, and the print was black and white. There was no color in the print, So that's what I did. I can dye over prints, or I could dye behind the print. It doesn't matter, and I can dye the print. A lot of tie-dye companies will tell you, "Oh, no, the dye will not dye the print. It'll drip right off of it. It will wash right out of it. It doesn't wash out of my shit because my dyes are made and created right here. That's it. We do everything here."
No, Jason, I do not have any of Paul's clothing. No, I want him to get top dollar.
I gotta send him something, man. You know what? That's the whole thing. Me and James haven't even seen each other, God, in that many years. And the whole thing was, when we were just finally planning to come out there to you before COVID hit. Then COVID hit, and everything got locked down. And then, I was planning again to come out there. And now, this fucking motherfuckers are trying to require, you got to have to be vaccinated if you want to get over to the Jersey side. Wait a minute. So if I want to travel publicly in transportation, I got to be vaccinated? Excuse me?
Wait a minute.
Well,
are you supposed to be vaccinated? Do they want you to be vaccinated just to take your motorcycle over to Jersey?
Yeah.
So you can't.
Yeah, because we're coming from another state. We're 2 different states, even though you're right next door. But now there's a whole fucking law that these cocksuckers are making, man. I don't know if the law is signed over yet, but they're pushing for it because they're saying anybody that's going to come through here from New York needs to be vaccinated, and they need to show that they are not sick and not carrying. Yeah, they're fucking crazy, man. They're destroying everything right now. Damn well there's 87 million people in the United States that are not vaccinated.
Because the quickest way, according to the Waze GPS, to get from Brooklyn to northeastern New Jersey is to cross a bridge, cut across Manhattan to Canal Street, and Canal Street goes right to the Holland Tunnel.
Yeah, I know how to get there.
Yeah. Don't go on.
I wouldn't take this motorcycle. I wouldn't take this bike on the fucking Holland Tunnel, man. Not with those crazy fucking.
No, not
we'll
that.
have a car next month.
No,
Yeah.
yeah,
But
not
we'll
that.
have a car next month. So look, hopefully, you know, I'm working on getting the license back. I'm very close to getting everything done, and you know, that's it. I got to pay one more ticket, and I'm good. So, you know.
Yeah.
So next time we go on the show, we'll plan it out. We'll plan it out, you know, and we'll do a whole thing. You know, we'll do like a little show with music, you know, we'll take them in the studio. I have the studio, it's everything nicely set up because everything right now is all over the place with the clothing. I'm doing dyeing clothing for the stores here, right up the street, you know, and this guy wants like 100 pieces to start. So, you know, because it ain't no small shit, you know, so I have to get on my ass and I have to bring him some pieces this week. And he wants to look at them. You know, he's seen this shirt today. He was like, oh, man, bring me stuff like that. You know, bring me stuff like that. I said, well, yeah, I can bring you stuff like that, but we need to talk business. And I said, we got to sign a contract. I don't do nothing without paperwork no more. You know, we're going to put something on consignment. Yeah, that's fine. But this is my price when we're on consignment if you're not paying me up front. My price is, you know, I want $15 a fucking shirt. You know what I mean? Period. You know,
Yeah,
and you're gonna have to get $15 a shirt, so
Yeah,
$30 a shirt. That's
you
it.
don't want
These are $30.
you don't want
I
to
mean-
put out you don't want to put out hours of hard labor and get screwed.
No, and these are NFL shirts, NBA. Okay, these are nice. When you look them up online, white NBA shirts, you know what they cost? They're $60, the white ones. In some places, got them for like 40. Okay, I'm selling them with the dye on it for $35 online. Okay, in the United States, I include the shipping and handling. Anywhere else, I don't pay the shipping. Not anything overseas, too expensive. You know, I'll tell you something. Back in the day, like 5 years ago, we were shipping boxes over to Paris, big boxes to customers. These customers, do you know what it costs to fucking ship? More than the product. You know, okay, if the box was like 30 pounds, it was running the fucking customer like, you know, $700, man, to ship things over there. Yeah. Yeah, the shipping is always way out of hand, man. So now, you know, I'm looking at the shipping rates and I'm going, fuck, they even raised them even higher. What are they, stupid? Are you crazy? You out your fucking mind? You know, look, it used to be 8.5% taxes on every dollar. Okay, that's what I would have to charge, tax. All right. So I would charge 9.0 taxes on the dollar because I got to prepare that shit, you know. But now the government's paying 11.8% on the dollar for clothing sales in New York State. 11.8% on the dollar. They might as well round it off to 12 cents on the dollar. And people don't look at it like this. Little, you know, the people that are uneducated with business, say 12 cents on the dollar ain't shit, man. Ain't fucking nothing. Okay, make a few $100,000, make like 250 grand, and then tell me that 12 cents on your dollar ain't nothing. And you do the fucking math and add it up. Tens of thousands, motherfuckers. And that's the government taking your money, but now they're giving all the money they took. Oh yeah, take it back. Take it back. Take it all back. Take it all. Take all the fucking money. For free. Oh, really? The unemployment that I got, hold on a minute. You mean that was just total free? No strings attached at all. Huh? How much you want to bet? It's like a puppet with a bunch of strings attached.
Yeah.
And everybody in the world who got the stimulus check, do you think that stimulus check was really free? You think they're just going to go, oh, yeah, here you go. Like, have they ever cared about us? Have they ever gave a fuck about bums in the street? And all this money that they gave everybody, okay? Doesn't it prove to everybody out there, all this fucking money they gave everybody, that all this time they could have fixed everything up? They could have got all the bums off the street, all the homeless off the street. They could have took care of all the families that were starving. They could have fucking paid for more officers to be on the street to take care of the murders and the deaths and the crime. Okay, all that fucking money they gave away. 300 and something billion fucking dollars, okay? Really? 3 times. Almost $1 trillion they gave away. But you're gonna fucking tell me that they couldn't take $10,000 and take each bum off the street and put them up in fucking housing? Get the fuck out of here, man. Now you tell me, you think they really gave this fucking money for free? No, that money's on your hand. That's blood money, motherfuckers. We took blood money. We spent the blood money. Guess what? We're fucking sheeps of them motherfuckers. We took their money.
Right.
And now people want to take their vaccines. Fuck their vaccines. Shove your shit. Oh, you think because you gave me money, you're going to bribe my ass? And then you're going to try to say, hey, you're going to give you $100 to take the vaccine shot. The only ones that are going to do that are the bums on the street that need their next fucking hit. Oh, yeah. You think people like me are going to run for $100? Shove it up your ass, motherfucker. I sell a shirt for $100. Go suck a dick. I don't give a shit, man. I gotta be, that's straight up. If people are so fucking blind and uneducated and stupid, they're too worried about their own bullshit, man. Self-centered motherfuckers out there. Okay? Need to wake the fuck up. Stop listening to the fucking media. Stop listening to the news. Stop listening to the government. Stop listening to the bullshit and do what you fucking supposed to be here to fucking do. Live. We're supposed to live. God made this land for us to live on, not to fight on. And these motherfuckers are destroying it for everybody right now. Oh, you don't take the shot, you can't come and eat. You don't take the shot, you can't come to the grocery store. No, they couldn't divide the blacks and the whites and everybody. That didn't work, okay? So they think, oh, we got to do something else now. We got to divide these fucking people. Because if these people stand together, we're screwed as a government. They're going to come after us. Now you fucked your military too, Biden. You think those military men that you fucking killed, listen, their families want to kill you, okay? But no, the government's trying to kill us. That's what they're doing. Fucking this country was sold out a long time ago. Don't you remember the saying? China owns America. China, it's the new China America. China owns this fucking land because they sold us out. They owe China money. Okay, guess what? China goes, okay, listen, either you government, you fucking wipe them out, or we wipe you out and them out. Wipe everybody out. Wipe them all out. We want a free country. When we get there, we don't want one American soul living on that fucking land unless they're going to be our slave. Promise you. You want to bet me on those words? Come on. Let's get to the real fucking truth now. You really want to get there?
Well, you know, when you think about, there's like several hundred, almost 1,000 U.S. military bases in the world. And just think of the tax money that's wasted to maintain all those military bases. Why are these military bases there? Are they occupying other countries? Is there any threat that the U.S. is being invaded? I don't think so. So why
would the U.S. go and buy Taliban? Oh, they're trained American citizens. Yeah, you think so. You think? You don't think one of those fucking military that you trained don't have in the back of their mind? They were grown up that way. Grown up that way. They were grown up to fucking kill. Grown up to respect their religion. You're going to bring them here and say, this is the Afghanistan military. You're bringing them to the United States. Guess what? They're going to be the ones that bomb everybody and shoot people. Watch.
It's going to be more terrorism. You know what? You can't be too nice, because when you offer a hand, they try to take your whole arm, and then they take you. You can't trust. You really, a human being is a naturally evil, selfish, despicable creature compared to an animal, a pet, which has unconditional love. When you think about it, so you can't trust them. I would close all these military bases because these countries really don't need or want us there. Bring them all home, save a squillion tax dollars by closing these military bases. Stop giving money to Israel, which started this whole problem, abusing the Palestinians from day one. Stop giving money to fascist Israel, and don't give a penny to the Saudis, the crown.
And I want to say this.
The Saudis.
And for all the American people that are in the United States and even, other countries, don't you think it's time you support American artists? Don't you think it's time you support American companies? Because guess what? We've been doing nothing but supporting every other freaking country.
Right. Now look at
You know, they take our business. Oh, the
look-
Chinese store just printed out the shirt that you made, and they're selling it for $3. Okay, go buy that. But guess what? There's going to be consequences for everything you do, because guess what? When the Chinese come in here and they start taking over shit, and the Asian people start beating you up like you beat them up, okay? And you're blaming them for the COVID virus. You know, they didn't do all that shit, man. Everybody played a part in that.
well,
Government, Bill Gates, all of them.
you
All of
know,
them, Jeff
you know,
Bezos, all of them, spaceships going up to space.
yeah, but
They're building planets up there.
corporate America created a Frankenstein monster when it comes to China. They're the ones that were so greedy and stingy to pay Americans a living wage that they took all the manufacturing to mainland China, and now they've created a giant, an economic giant, and now they're all crying about it. They created the monster. Look at what Jason just said here. Interesting. Isn't it interesting that we have military bases across the world, but no other country has military bases in our country?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you're right.
He's right, man. He's got a point.
So why are we spending a fortune in textiles to maintain military bases?
You know why? Because they're training them to fight against us. That's why, Jason.
It could
They're
be
training those people so they can kill us. What do you think's been going on? They're the extremists. They're the ones that've been killing us.
You know what it could be? The military-industrial complex stops making profit when the wars stop. When the wars stop, the corporate giant called the military-industrial complex doesn't make money anymore. So this is why perpetual war, one after the other, Paul, one after the other, boom, 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 boom.
You just asked another question. How about if we allowed China to have a military base in the U.S.? I mean, well, yeah, doesn't China allow us to have a military base there? They do, right?
I don't know if we have a military. I don't think China would tolerate that. I don't think we have one there.
But can we trust China to have a military base here? Yeah, we probably could, but then they're really going to take over if they have that.
You know what would happen if Vladimir Putin or China had a military base here? All of the all of the spies and the Chinese and Russian Secret Service people would be there having their meetings and plotting everything. Guaranteed.
You know what? Here's a point I got to make. I got to let this out. Have you noticed that the Afghanistans and the Taliban's and ISIS on television, they're wearing our military gear? I'm sorry, I have to laugh. It would look like a fucking TV show to me. I'm like, what, are you kidding me? Or what is it, like MASH or something? Fucking Taliban, they're wearing our clothes, they're holding our weapons and driving our cars. Now think about that for 1 second. By them showing you that on television, your government is trying to tell you something like they've been trying to tell everybody. They've been warning us for a long time. Movies, they've been warning people, and people just laugh at things like I just laughed because I find that extremely funny. I have to laugh at it because it's so fucking funny that, you know, it really makes me think about it this way. So basically, you're telling our military that's your new military. That's America's new military.
Well,
kill the military. They're going to kill all. Do you understand? They're going to kill us all, man. Okay? We're all dead.
John McCain was doing business back in the day with ISIS. And the Taliban, obviously, they have U.S. military equipment. Things were military machinery was left there for the Taliban to take. And of course, they could reverse engineer anything they want. This man is correct, Mr. Trip TS. The establishment are selling us out to the global elites. That's exactly what's happening. The global elites, whatever you want to call it, the New World Order, the top 1% of the world They are selling us all out, and people
They've
better
been
rise
selling us
up
out, James. Where we been?
before
We've been knowing it. We allowed it to happen, man.
before
Well,
before people decide to vote.
they're wiping us out, James. Think about it, James. I got to get going in a minute, but listen, they're
Yeah.
wiping us out. They're wiping people out. Weather control. They're wiping Louisiana, Tennessee, Texas. They're wiping the country out. Think about that for 1 second in your head, okay? Just think about it. Everybody on here, every fan, everybody listening, think about that. They're wiping us out. The American people are dying like fucking flocks, flocks of birds dying.
So think
Okay?
twice before
They're
you vote
dropping like flies.
for the two-party system. Think twice before you vote for a Democrat or a Republican.
I've never voted for any of them again.
You better start
I'm not
thinking
voting anymore.
think outside the box.
I'm done voting.
I'm not
done.
I'm not a registered Democrat or Republican. I'm an independent.
Me
I
too.
am independent. And this
Yeah,
man,
I'm independent. I don't want to be either or. That's it.
we need a
I don't trust the
third-
government
we-
anymore.
We
I never
need
did anyway. Just
we
trust them.
need a third independent people's party, a people's party where the top 2% are not part of it. They're not invited because we're not invited.
Yeah, he's right.
There.
That's why we need this party to happen.
We're not invited to their organization, the top 1% elites. They don't want us. We're garbage. So it has to be a people's party. Like it could be Our Revolution, whatever organization decides that. It's got to be. They have to come together and form that third people's party that doesn't take campaign contributions from the fat cats. Just like when Bernie Sanders refused any big contributions from corporate or from the rich. He took all contributions from the regular working stiff American citizen. No, he's a right wing
James,
libertarian.
really think about what I said though, because I got to get off though.
Yeah.
But listen, I really want you guys to think about these things, okay?
John and Lily.
This was all set up. Just think, why would he have Afghanistan military? Why would we train them for, okay? Why would you train another country? What are you trying to do? Now you're going to bring them over here. Now you're going to have Afghanistan militant? I don't think so, man. Okay? I don't think so. I know there's some good ones in there because I actually have friends that from Yemen. I got really close friends from Yemen. I got close friends from, Arabic world. I got close Muslim friends. Those people wouldn't hurt a fly. And, they tell me about the shit they went through, but they also tell me this. He said, your country's stupid because they go and train our military, which is going to turn around and kill you. Okay,
Well,
this is coming right from their fucking mouths, and they tell me everything. Listen, I go downstairs and talk to them, bro. Okay, I'm friends with them. I'm trying to tell you, I'm close. They're on my Facebook. Okay, these are American people that live. Tell me themselves. They're saying we talk to people over there. They're gonna bomb the shit out of New York. They're gonna bomb the shit out of New York. We are fucked. Okay, fucked.
Yeah, all right,
New York, Washington, California, every big city. They're gonna bomb the shit out of it. And guess what? Our country ain't gonna do nothing because they fucked our security up.
Because
done.
they're so obsessed with greed and profit that they don't care about what happens to the country. Literally, what happens to the 98%? They don't care. They just care about stuff.
Oh, Afghanistan. But the Afghans, they only care about ISIS and Taliban. Like you said, they're not going to stop until they live up to people. Everybody in this world lives up to their religion and what they believe, and that's it. Okay, so it's not about money to them. They can give a fuck about money, man.
Well, they don't.
They don't care about money. They care about that religion they were brought up to kill, and that's it.
One moment. I drink both, Fart Doctor. I love really good, strong black coffee. I like good coffee. It's got to be dark roast, and I like tea, like matcha tea, for the epigallocatechin galates, the polyphenols, antioxidant polyphenols. So I do like both, but I like the green white tea or the green tea, like Japanese matcha. Now, Mr. Paul, I enjoyed tremendously having BC Beer Reviews and especially you on the show. We have to do this again. And next time, let's do that music format that you mentioned. So just playing, you know, you do your thing, you know, I play my African drum in the background, and we
I'll
just
tell
have,
you what. Let me ask you. Can you do like a phone call base where they can call in and ask questions?
I don't have that feature on this program, unfortunately. John and
Well, I'm
Lily,
gonna.
yeah.
Well, we're gonna try to do that. We'll see what we can do. There's apps and things that we can utilize where they actually could come on the show and talk.
Well, they could talk if they click on the link that I put on YouTube, and they come on with their webcam from even their phone has a webcam. Yeah, lobby. Do you know Jesse Trip TS? You know Jesse Ventura said that no politician is obligated to ever meet with with lobbyists. Did you know that? That's true.
Right.
Yes. Paul is extremely talented. Yes, Jason. Yes. Comes down to money and power. Fart Doctor says it comes down to money and power.
Exactly. It's all about the big money, big papa money, man. Big farmer, the Rockefellers,
Yeah,
the Rothschild,
Paul,
the bankers who run the country.
Paul.
Oh yeah, Mel Gibson is making a movie. Mel Gibson is making a movie about the Rothschild.
Oh,
Hopefully they don't kill him. Hopefully they don't murder him. Okay, because that's what they do. They will murder him.
He's making a movie about them.
Yeah, yeah, man. Go read up about. I read up about this, and I heard it from my buddy, who's like one of the directors. You know, for like Steven Spielberg's movies. You know, a lot of people, man.
Yeah,
and he told me straight out. He said Mel Gibson's coming out with a movie, and then I seen it online after he said he sent me the link.
You know
I
that
gotta find the
family.
link.
Yeah, you know that family's worth $100 trillion. The Rothschilds.
Yeah.
Now Paul does have a channel. He has a Facebook. He's working on a website and an Amazon store, but he has a Facebook page, which I have in the scrolling marquee.
Yeah, pass it on.
Yeah,
I got two of them.
It's in the scrolling. It's in the scrolling marquee, and let's see. Oh yeah. They're both rich in polyphenols, both tea and coffee.
He said, wait, so tea and coffee are very good. He said, tea and coffee are very good for your digestive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I drink coffee. I drink what we do is I go to the store here and I get the coffee beans grinded down. I don't buy it processed. And we make it every morning, you know, with straining it. That's the best coffee I've had.
People out there, don't buy tea in white tea bags because they're chlorine bleached.
Wow.
Think about it.
Oh, wait. Also, I forgot to say, so the cheese. When you put a black light on cheese, you know what it does? It glows in the dark in green neon color. Cheese, American cheese, yellow cheese. Listen, Bart guy, you have to check it out. Get a black light and get American cheese, yellow cheese, and close the lights and put the black light on, and you'll see certain foods that glow in the dark. Now, they're putting fluorescence in our food.
You see what
how dangerous that is? Like, you know how dangerous that is for us?
It's toxic. It's toxic. Look what Fart Doctor just said. That guy making the Rothschild.
Well, for what? Why would you put fluorescent? Because they're coloring the cheese. It's the food coloring going in your body. And you know what?
Because the population of the mainstream is getting too high. They want to cull the herd. They want to cut us down in population.
Yep, he said it. The doctor knows that Mel Gibson, the people will end up disappearing.
You see what he?
And they've even said it. Be careful, Mel. Be careful, Mel, when you make that movie, that they don't kill you for this. And next thing you hear, Mel Gibson died in a bathroom somewhere.
They're like this. They're up here. They're at the top of the food chain, that family. $100 trillion, if not more.
Jesus.
Yeah, yeah. White tea. I try to get the brown. I try to get the tea in the brown. I use brown coffee filters. I have the Melita, the drip thing that goes on your
Man,
mug.
$100 trillion, man.
Cone-
That's enough
cone
money
shape.
for everybody in the world to survive and have a beautiful life. Everybody.
Yeah,
You
but
know
you
that?
know what? Some people
$100
don't give a
trillion
shit.
is enough money for the entire world to live happily and peaceful for the rest
So-
of their lives.
Some people are so miserable and
Oh,
selfish and greedy and stingy that they don't care. They don't care. Yeah, brown filters for tea and for coffee. I don't eat American cheese. I don't eat Velveeta. I don't eat Cheese Whiz. It's all processed cheese food. It's not real cheese. It's not like
No,
getting.
we get good deli cheese right from the Russian stores, man. And their meat, their shit, is real. They don't fuck around.
I never
Russian
met.
people, they eat good, man. They got, the food's good.
Yeah, fluoride in the water. That's why I
Yeah.
use the zero filtration system in my refrigerator.
You can't get Kraft cheese around these stores over here. Okay? The only ones that sell is like 99-cent store sells fake processed cheese,
There's a
But
rule. There's a
Or
rule. of
99-cent store, you know what you're getting. So you know
Oh,
what you're
that's
buying.
garbage. Any nationally advertised food, beware. Read the ingredients. I don't buy any nationally advertised food, and forget about convenience store food, and forget about dollar store foods. I don't get any of that shit. Now, if you have an
What does the doctor, what does he suggest for diabetes type 1? What type of like what would he suggest? Like what kind of products would help it as well?
type 1 diabetes,
Like the digestive system, where that's his profession. So
well, that's insulin
well,
resistant.
yeah, she gets that, but I'm just saying, like, what kind of like foods, and what other foods besides cinnamon that actually
Chromium.
help to level out the blood levels from
Chromium,
dropping or going high.
at least 200 micrograms of chromium. Zinc helps a little bit. Vanadium, but mostly chromium is the most number one thing. Blood sugar disorder, and cinnamon also is very beneficial. And also, you got to help it. You got to follow the diet. I mean, you got to stay away from refined carbohydrates. No processed white flour, white sugar products. You have to even too much milk has lactose in it. That's a sugar. Anything that ends in OSE is a sugar. So you got, it's really the diet. You could take all the supplements in the world, but if your diet isn't right, it's not going to work.
That's true. That's true.
Look at
Well, it was great talking to you, man. It's nice being on the show. Thank you, doctor, for the information about the advice about tea and coffee, because we do drink those products, and that's probably why my digestive system is regular. I go every day regularly. I'm good.
Now, aloe vera juice cured my
coffee
sister.
is a great diet. Coffee is the best for me in the moment.
I want to tell Fart Doctor something important. My sister was cured of a bleeding ulcer by drinking organic aloe vera juice from from the one they sell at Walmart pharmacy or Walgreens. I think it's called Fruit of the Earth. She was cured from organic aloe vera juice, her bleeding ulcer. And anytime I had a bellyache, within minutes, my bellyache was gone from aloe vera juice. And probiotics, I make my own kombucha tea. I ferment it. And let me tell you, it's so high in probiotics that if I drink a little bit like this, the next day, boom, massive fecal matter is deposited in the porcelain throne. Massive. Hold on. Fart Doctor. All natural vegetables, fruits, brown rice, quinoa, beans, and lentils will help type 1 diabetes. Yeah,
she eats all that. She eats all that stuff. Vegetables, fruits, a lot.
Yeah, he's talking about complex carbohydrates with high fiber, basically.
What's that other one there? What is that? Corno
The key-
rice? Okay,
no,
right. Brown
it-
rice. Okay,
pronounced-
brown rice is great. I love it.
It's
Corn,
pronounced
bean, and
Oh,
lentils. Okay,
it's pronounced
okay.
quinoa. It's a Peruvian. It's like amaranth.
So white rice is bad though, right? I know white rice is bad. That's
Yeah,
why
no,
I always
no
order
white
that brown rice when I order Chinese. I don't
yeah,
really like white rice.
it's a South American grain used by the Incas, the amaranth and or caoutchouc, which is amaranth, and quinoa. Very high in nutritional value.
Yeah, we're just gonna start getting more brown rice, man. Brown rice is
All
good.
right. Good night, Jason. It was great
All
having
right,
you.
I gotta get going too, man. Have a good night.
Dark green leafy vegetables, Paul. Dark green leafy vegetables.
Dark green leafy vegetables.
Aloe vera juice is excellent for you.
Aloe vera juice. Okay.
All right, Paul. We'll
I
do it
used
again.
to drink the aloe vera juice, and I get the aloe plants too. You know,
Yeah.
rub that stuff on my skin. It's great. All right, it was great. Thank you for the info.
Yeah, we'll do.
Talk to you soon, Doc. He can add me on Facebook. He's welcome to add me.
Yeah,
All right.
Paul is residing in Brighton Beach, Brooklyn, right now, as of now. And I know Fart Doctor's office is in probably Midtown Manhattan. What do you say, grapes and cherries? Grapes and cherries. I'm not going to bed. I wish you a good night, Paul. I'm not going to bed.
Yeah, have a good night too. Nice seeing you guys and talking to everybody and everybody listening in. We appreciate it. And
yeah,
next time let's see what happens after the storm now. You know, let's see what that's going to bring. All right. So I got friends over there. Hopefully everybody's safe and good night.
I got to play the ukulele now.
Okay.
Next time we're going to do a music show. Paul's going to play his guitar, and I'll do my drumming, and we'll have a lot of fun next show.
And that we will do.
Yeah, great. It's great having everybody. Unless you're calling it a night. No, I'm nocturnal, man. I'll be up. Before I go to bed.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna charge the phone on the other charger, and
before I go to bed, I usually watch South Park. I usually watch South Park on the Comedy Channel.
Oh yeah, South Park, man. I haven't seen that. I love that show.
Yeah.
It's a great show, man.
Next show, Fart Doctor wants to hear you play next time when we do the music show.
Yeah, no problem. I'll perform for everybody. It's not a problem.
Now, Fart Doctor, where I am is if I went down the hill from where I live, right in front of me is Whole Foods.
Yeah, we could send him. I'll send him the doctor some of my music too. You know.
Right. Yeah, he's Paul Anthony.
Send it to him and
Paul Anthony Manti on Facebook. Now, yeah, if I go down the hill from where I live, there's Whole Foods on the Hudson River. If I look straight across, I see Grant's Tomb and Columbia University. So that's like, I guess that's the southern end of Upper Manhattan. So that, I'm near the GW Bridge. So that's kind of where I am.
Okay.
And I know.
Well, my phone's going to take a crap in a minute, so I got to get off. And I'll talk to you later on, James. Have a good, everybody else have a great night. I'll send the doctor can add me, and then we'll send him the I'll send him everything. I'll send him all my sites and everything with the music, and you got that too, James. So
yeah. Well, Paul's Facebook, his main Facebook page is in the scrolling marquee, and his name is Paul Anthony Mantia, Mantia, and you saw some of his clothing, his designer clothing, and he's going to have an Amazon store coming in the very near future.
Yeah, very soon. We're working on it. It takes time. It's a lot of work to build a website, man.
That's true.
And to make the clothing and everything else that goes with it,
Yeah, I'm in Edgewater. I'm in Edgewater. I'm near the Edgewater Marina, right next to Fort Lee.
All right. So I'm getting dark here. I'm going to sign out, and I'm going to see you. Okay. Thank you, James. Great show, and thank you everybody for listening. And I'll talk to you soon, there, Fart Doctor. Great name, man. I love it. Great.
All right, Paul. I'll see you.
All right. Good.
Cliffside Park is on top of the cliff. If I walk out the door and I look up at the top of the cliff, at the big high rises. That's Cliffside Park. Yeah, I am east of Cliffside Park. Next town inland. Then after that, Palisade Park, and then north of me, Fort Lee, GW. South of me, North Bergen. Yeah, so that's pretty much where I am. I'm right near the Edgewater Marina, where all the boats are, and also the New York Waterway ferry that goes to Midtown Manhattan, goes right to the bottom of the hill where my street is. Goes back and forth like every 20 minutes. There's a New York Waterways ferry. So that is pretty much where I am. I'm getting hungry, so I defrosted some of that great artisan pizza with anchovies and mushrooms. So that's going to be my late night snack. Forget about the ramen and the mussels. I'll have that tomorrow. That, I got ice cold fruit in the refrigerator. I'm ready to go. I think the sushi and sashimi kind of wore off from when I went live at the restaurant. Yes, there are a lot of restaurants. I actually, the all-you-can-eat sushi and sashimi was like 4 blocks from where I live. I walked straight down. It's like one restaurant after the other. Too bad the bagel place was closed. That must be an early morning business, right? Bagels. I was gonna get. I usually, you know what I used to get? I used to get a dozen of the. I used to get egg bagels and cinnamon raisin bagels. Get them home, but they got to be fresh. Cut them in half with the bread knife, and then put them in a freezer in a Ziploc bag. So now, anytime I want one, they're already cut. Take one out of the freezer, put it on the cast iron griddle, warm it up, and I'm good to go. Yeah, I am north. I'm north of North Bergen. North Bergen runs into West New York. There's a tiny town called Guttenberg, and then eventually Weehawken, and then Hoboken, and then, Jersey City's down there. You got the Holland Tunnel, which goes into Lower Manhattan, where the tower is. But we have a bigger tower now, Central Park Tower, in Midtown. It's the tallest building in the Western Hemisphere now, as far as roof height. It was originally called the Nordstrom Tower. Now it's called the Central Park Tower. And I could see that pretty. I get a pretty good view of the skyline from the walkway. We have a long walkway, which is like a park with park benches going from like Fort Lee, going all the way down. And it's really nice. I mean, I walk to Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, which I like. Trader Joe's. A whole bunch. There's a lot of shopping. There's a lot of spas. A lot of Asian spas run by Koreans or Chinese. There's a big Japanese shopping center called Mitsuya. There's a huge, high-class, fancy spa called Soho Spa, which is the main road by me is River Road. Well, naturally, it's along the Hudson River, but I'm not from here. I'm from Lodi, Bergen County, New Jersey, which is kind of near Hackensack, the capital of Bergen County. This is still Bergen County, but there's a lot of nice towns. There's Ridgewood, Upper Saddle River, so on and so forth. Bergen County is kind of a high tax Paramus, where we have big shopping malls like the Garden State Plaza. So Lodi is close to the Garden State Plaza. It's close to there. Yeah, there's a lot of good seafood restaurants, but you know, seafood is pricey. Um, um, I used to go to get, if you're going to get seafood to cook at home. Like I know a guy that goes to the Ironbound section of Newark where the Portuguese live, and he gets good seafood because the Portuguese are big on seafood. He gets a good price there. But I like the Korean markets called H Mart. There's a chain of Korean markets, and when it comes to like Asian markets, their seafood display is second to none. There's a huge Chinese supermarket in my county called 99 Ranch. It's owned by mainland Chinese company, and it's huge. And their seafood department is unbelievable. But to go to a restaurant, oh, we have them. There's no doubt about that. It's probably cheaper than going out to eat in New York. But you know where I had outstanding seafood? Ronald Theriot, when he came to New Jersey and he picked me up in front of my house, we went to City Island in the Bronx. It doesn't even feel like you're in New York at all, let alone the Bronx. And it's like one seafood restaurant and marina after the other. And we went all the way to the end where the Long Island Sound was. You could see Connecticut on the other side. And we ate at a place called Johnny's Reef. And let me tell you, it was the best. I put the photos on my International Food and Drink group on Facebook. And it was the best fried calamari I ever had. It was so tender. The portion was huge. So I had that with a jumbo chocolate milkshake. Ronald had a jumbo shrimp salad. Oh, you know, City Island. Oh, isn't it nice? It's so peaceful and quiet there. And it's so clean. No graffiti. It's all like manicured lawns. You know, their residential section. You can hear a pin drop. And all these marinas. Isn't it beautiful there? I mean, really, it's a great place for New Yorkers to take their significant other. It really is. Yeah, Johnny's Reef is a 75-year-old restaurant. And Ronald, the first time he was in New York, he went there. He must have got tipped off about it. And he went there and he loved it. And then he brought me there. And there's like this huge, beautiful park before City Island that you go through. And really, you really never think that you're part of the Bronx or New York. And this Johnny's Reef, it's a family-style restaurant environment. Nothing fancy, but they have everything. When I say everything, everything. Everything. Even the French fries tasted great. They weren't greasy at all. They have a bar. They have the clam and oyster bar. You get the raw oysters and clams on a half shell. They have all kinds of fish that you can get steamed, deep fried, broiled. I really have nothing but great things to say about Johnny's Reef. Exactly. You hit the nail on the head. Cafeteria style dining, you know, with the trays. But you get restaurant quality platters. Except one thing. You get much bigger portions at Johnny's Reef than you do in a fancy hoity-toity restaurant. And forget about Midtown. Forget about it's just like the best Italian section to get Italian food is in the Bronx. There's an Italian neighborhood that we never got to see because it was the tropical storm that came up, and there was flash floods everywhere. So we never really got to go to the Italian neighborhood, but much cheaper and better than going to lower Manhattan. Same thing with Chinatown. The best Chinatown is in Flushing, Queens. It's not in lower Manhattan. Oh, yeah. Well, no, I only had, I saw Ronald Tirio's jumbo shrimp platter, salad. I had the fried calamari, and I asked him right off the bat, do you have the tentacles? Because I think they have more flavor than the rings. And he says, oh, yeah, we got the tentacles. I says, load it up. And that's what they did. They loaded it up. Got the extra tartar sauce that you go and get yourself. I mean, good tartar sauce, not like the fucking McDonald's filet of fish sandwich tartar sauce. You know, and it was so tender. I could break it with a fork, the calamari. And you know, if you overcook calamari, it gets like rubber. And the oil, when you deep fry, the secret is the oil has to be very hot. That's how you prevent the food from being greasy. Very hot oil and clean oil, which it was. No, it wasn't all you can eat, but I'll be honest with you, I was stuffed. When I finished all that calamari, and I didn't even eat, maybe I ate 1/3 of the French fries. 1/3 of the French fries. Then I had that really great creamy jumbo chocolate milkshake. I didn't need all you can eat because I was full and I'm a big eater. No, Ronald took me. We didn't go Arthur Avenue. I don't even know if we were there. Excuse me. Yeah, he came with a big pickup. It's like a big Dodge Ram pickup, I think. Nice vehicle. Really great ride. So anyway, from after City Island, we attempted to, thankfully the storm ended. We went to Michael Komaroff's residence in Brooklyn. And I did a video of what they do there on a Thursday. Thursday night, they have a craft beer game that they play that's very unique and a lot of fun. And I put it on video. It's on YouTube. I told Michael Komaroff, you know, you should go live with this. You should go live with this. This is one of a kind. Nobody's doing this. He didn't answer me. He didn't reply to me. So I told Ronald Tirio, hey, you know, I gave him a great idea that he should go live with this beer game that he does on Thursdays with all these people. And he never replied. So Ronald Tirio says, yeah, well, that's how Michael is. Most of the time, he don't reply. I have had grilled octopus. It is definitely chewier than calamari. I feel bad if I eat octopus because it is such a sophisticated, intelligent creature in many ways that I really don't like hurting them. Just like I don't like hurting tortoises, you know, certain creatures. I just have certain qualities to them that I just don't. I would never consume them. Yeah, the list goes down the line. You know, intelligent creatures that show love, things like that. So, Yeah, Flushing has, I think, the biggest Chinatown, to be honest with you, and the best. Umberto's, I ate there. I ate there in the 1980s. That's where the mobster got gunned down. It was a hit. Yeah, I've been to Umberto's. Yeah, yeah. The portions are not big. Anywhere in Manhattan, except maybe the Village, if you know the right places. Another friend of mine took me to a restaurant down there. What is that? Vincent Street, the other side of Mott Street, and I think Canal is the street that goes across. The one that goes to the Holland Tunnel, right? Yeah, I think it was called San Pellegrino, something like that. I don't know. But then again, high prices, small portions. I'd rather go to the Italian neighborhood in the Bronx, or Flushing in Queens. When it comes to Manhattan, you get soaked. You get taken to the cleaners. I've heard of Panda Express, but is it like what is that? P.F. Chang or something? Something Chang. Is it a chain of Asian restaurants? I'm not totally familiar with it. We have so many Chinese takeout places here. Every town in northern New Jersey must have a few to several Chinese takeout establishments in each town. It's a lot. Pizzerias too. Yeah, you know what the beer game was? Okay. Michael chooses in secrecy a craft beer. A craft beer. No, he doesn't tell anybody what it is. He gives everyone about a quarter of a glass of this beer. They smell it, they sip it, they get an idea of whether they like it or not. Then he asks a series of questions. Guess the alcohol content, and then he says, give it a score, and review it, and try to guess what it is if you can, which I think Ronald was able to guess at least one of them. And then at the end, he writes down all the information from everybody. Then at the end, he reveals what beer it was. That's pretty much what the game is. And everybody's like having fun. It's like a whole dining room table full of people. They're all joking around. And it's really a blast. And I don't know why he doesn't take something like that on Thursday and just go live with it on Thursday. It really is fun. It really is fun. Oh, it's a chain of fast food Chinese, like takeout. It's a chain of takeout places. I like anything Sichuan, from the city of Chengdu. I love hot and spicy food, whether it be Thai food, Indian food, Sichuan food, Malaysian. I don't care. I love Mexican food, even though it's not always really hot. But Sichuan is my favorite Chinese food. And orange chicken, sesame chicken, General Tso's chicken. Some places have a General Chen. Now, when I ask them who is General Tso in Chinese history, they don't know. The people there have no idea. So I just say, you don't know General Tso? So what? It was a lot of fun. Me and Ronald were a part of it. It's a blast. And I don't know. I could spot an opportunity. I would definitely go live on when they do that every Thursday. I mean, he was very hospitable, Michael Comcroft, but I guess for some reason it's not something he wants to do. His wife was really reluctant to go on video for some reason. Maybe that's the reason. I have no idea. Why people are so shy about getting in front of a camera. You know, if it's their looks they're worried about, look at the late Larry King, God rest his soul. He was not easy on the eyeballs. There were a lot of funny looking people that got in front of a camera their whole life. Yeah, there should be a prize. Maybe the prize could be a 6-pack of of something. What that something is, I don't know. Hopefully it's not something cheap. No macro beers. Yeah. Okay, folks, it's been wonderful. I'm going to call it a night. Thank you for coming aboard. And like I said earlier, if Ronald Theriot has no power and something bad happened to his home, knock on wood, it doesn't happen, then I will make an attempt from this YouTube channel Wednesday he asked me to take over and do the theme show, Beers from Your State. So you just get a beer from your state. And I'll make an attempt. The only difference is my Wednesday show will be like uncensored beer banter. As opposed to the strict rules that Ronald has. You know, my show, you can let it all hang out. Everything. Just let it all hang out. Yeah, but that's that. Yeah, well, I can't do the Michael Komarov show because in his show, everybody has to be physically present. And you have to be able to afford to buy a lot of beer. And then, you know, you hand out samples to everybody, but they have to be present. But since he does this every Thursday, I told him it's a fantastic idea. What do you think? Thank you, Jason Cleveland. It's been great having you, as always. Thank you for showing up at the sushi place. I mean, you know, in spirit, remotely. Yeah, you know, prayers go out to Ronald Theriot. I hope. I don't have, I'm not optimistic because it's a category 4 that was hitting southeastern Louisiana and New Orleans directly. I don't have a good feeling about it with category 4, but I hope that his home is not too damaged. We can only hope, you know. Yeah, no, he does. He does. He does. No cursing. No cursing. No sensuality. You know, with me, it all could hang out there. Everything could just hang out. Let it all hang out. Like a fart. Like my grandmother used to say about gas. It's better out than in. So anyway, good night. What did it? What was that silly song that Lawrence Welk used to sing about good night, about saying good night at the end of the show? It was a real funny song, but I can only like hum it, but I don't know all the lyrics. But anyway, good night, everybody. I'm getting a little hungry now. Take care.